That's the right overlay. Good evening, and welcome to this week's Oxford by Night, a modern-day Vampire the Masquerade chronicle set in the city of Oxford. Awakening for the night in the city is L'Entrée for Clan Tremere, played by Kendu. Please do arouse check to awaken from your torpor rest. Fine. Violet of the Nosferatu, played by Dark Scarlet from Check Diesel. Please do arouse check to arise from your torpor. Wonderful. Patricia Wright of the Clan of Kings, portrayed by Astrid from the Cajun by Night server. Please do arouse check to arise from your torpor slumber. Wonderful. Last but by no means least, Elfriede of the Clan of the Beast, played by Cassandra from the Lamias, who has also premiered her own TTRPG this week. Where can we find it?
It's on itch.io. It's called Wise Women. So yes, that's how you search for it. Or if you go to my Twitter profile, that's Cassandra_BR. It's there in the pinned tweet. But yes, I've released a game today, actually. So this is exciting.
Yeah, you didn't know I was going to say that, did you?
No, I didn't. And I also failed my rouse check.
Oh, gain another hunger. I'll go from 0 to 2. We begin this week on the streets of Oxford. Violet has been invited to meet with the Toreador Primogen, but she needs to feed before she enters the Primogen's haven. As such, she has been hiding in the shadows, waiting for easy prey to come into her view. After carefully stalking outside of the royal hunting grounds to ensure that she doesn't break any local traditions, she finally finds a likely target. A young man, probably a student, waiting in his car outside one of the many pubs in the city. The street lights and ambient light leaking out of the pub's windows practically dazzle the inside of the car, allowing Violet a clear look at the man rummaging through his glove box, searching in vain for something. What would you like to do?
I'd like to go up to the window and tap on it lightly.
Yes? Too cute for the microphone.
Hi!
Hi?
I was wondering if you could help me.
I think you're a bit beyond help, aren't you, lady?
Well, please. It's awfully cold.
You look like something that's dropped out of a horror movie.
Well, that's a little rude. But, please. Can you help me?
Manipulation subterfuge, please.
Two.
Like success at cost?
Yes. I'm hungry. And he was rude.
Violet, seeing her wiles aren't working on the man, clenches her fist and punches straight through the car window, dragging him out and down a darkened alley, muffling his mouth so his screams are unable to escape his mouth and alert anyone.
I'm going to pin him against the wall. and I'm going to snarl in his face. You don't have to be so rude. And then I'm going to bite.
Your feeding roll for me, please.
Pardon?
Do your feeding roll for me, please.
Nom, nom, nom. Where do I roll that? Where's feed? Oh. Top, isn't it?
Blood and XP? I think your predator type is alley cat, so it's strength and brawl.
Yes. Thank you.
And how much blood would you like to take? You can take up to 3, and that will be a humanity stain. Or you can drain him, or you can just take 2.
I'll just take 2. No, I only really need 1. If I only have 2 hunger at the moment, so I only need 1.
Well, you can... Yeah. You'll be able to take up to 2 without penalty.
Oh, okay, so I won't drain him?
No. Okay.
Yeah, I'll take
Violet extends her 4 broken fangs as she wraps her legs around the man's waist and her arms around his shoulders, biting deeply into his neck and extracting his blood as he lets out an almost pleased sigh, leaning against the wall and slowly dropping down as Violet begins to taste the warm crimson liquid and feeling it running down her throat. The man passes into a nice, euphoric state and begins to sleep down the alley. You may slake up to 2 hunger.
Num num num.
Does
he have any money on him?
Yeah, you rummage through his clothes. You find his wallet, pictures of his ugly family, and relieve him of the £5 note.
Yep.
How would you like to proceed to the Toreador Primogen's Haven?
Do I have far to go from where I am?
10-minute walk, I'd say.
Being careful, I'm going to skip my way there. Because I'm excited. I love going there.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Ah, there it is. Violet makes her way through the city. The relatively short distance is quickly traversed as she sticks to the shadows, skipping through the city centre, the royal hunting grounds, and opposite the many of buildings belonging to Magdalen College, finally reaching her destination, a gentleman's club, discreetly hidden away on a main street by a green door. She proceeds to open the door to a clean corridor, at the end of which is a lift and a man in a black suit with sunglasses, his arms crossed over his front. Violet proceeds forward as the man glances down at her and calls an elevator for her. She enters into the elevator and exits out on the empty main floor of the gentleman's club, where a single, formally dressed male is waiting, his hands clasped together over his front also. He bows his head in respect to Violet. Good evening, Miss Violet. There goes my pronunciation.
Violet will curtsy. Beep.
The Akebara is waiting your performance with great anticipation. A grand piano has been prepared for you here. She will arrive when you start your performance. The man gestures to a white piano to his side.
Thank you. Seeing the piano, she's her face kind of contorts in a few different emotions, like almost relief and nervousness. And she cracks her elongated fingers, trying to be careful of her claws, and she takes her.
Why does Violet feel nervous and excited?
Because playing for the Toreador Primogen is extremely sacred and very special to Violet. It's how she shows her love for the Toreador. And it has a deep connection to where she came from and who she was before.
Are you taking a seat at the grand piano and beginning
Yeah.
your routine?
Yes.
Help? Oh, it is. No, it's not. What a time for the sound effects to fuck up. As Violet begins to elegantly and precisely play the keys, a woman dressed in a black kimono steps forward and stands by the piano facing Violet. From what Violet can see, the woman's body is entirely painted grey. Her elegant black eyeliner complements her lipstick and is made to look like wings upon her face. She traces her long fingernailed finger along the piano and goes back to sit in the shadows. The man stands next to her, but close enough to Violet to hear. What would you like to ask of the Primogen?
Thank you for allowing me to play for you. You know how much I love it. Not for now. I've dismissed your company.
Then let us enjoy this moment's respite from the outside world, the jihad, and lose ourselves in your music.
Yes, my lady.
The translator will give you a bow, and then a deeper bow to the Toreador Primogen, and leave the room. Just the two of you. Kind of don't want to change the scene because I like the music. Later in the week, in the Coterie Haven, Lantre has sought out Elfriede in the Coterie domain to discuss how she is processing diablerizing Alice, how she is finding unlife in Oxford so far, and if she has any ideas on how they can destroy the other half of the cult they have discovered. Lantre, carrying a small sealed note delivered through the Haven's front door, enters into one of the Haven's rooms that still contains various boxes that needs to be unpacked and placed away. He finds Elfriede standing in the room, already in thought, despite only recent arisen for the night.
I imagine I probably don't immediately notice Lantre, or that he wants to talk, and I will just continue, just looking into the distance, thinking.
Would you like to tell us what Elfriede is currently thinking?
He's thinking about this cult that we need to find a second half of, but also about how we really brutally dealt with the first half, and that's needed to be done, and she knows this, and she is convinced that needed to be done, but still feels the discomfort. So her thoughts are moving. She's trying to think about how to find the other half and how to proceed, but her thoughts keep moving to, is that again what we need to do? Well, yes, of course. But she doesn't quite feel comfortable with the idea, although she knows she should by now.
Lantre.
Lantre is not in any particular hurry. His current emotions are his usual apathy that he usually masks by inane jokings, but his emotions are pretty placid right now. He's mostly concerned with trying to find out why Elfriede is here. He does not care for unknowns, but he'll take the letter and kind of hold it behind his back, both hands folded behind his back, and just go and stand next to her, just looking in the same direction as her and wait.
Lantre, good evening.
Good evening, Lady Elfriede. A penny for your thoughts.
I've been thinking about the cult we've begun to deal with. We need to locate the second half and resolve the issue as quickly as possible. I want it behind us.
I agree. I think it might also be good to fix the division in our coterie at the same time.
What are you referring to?
Alondra is just going to kind of continue standing there. He still hasn't looked over. He's still looking off in the distance. With our latest interaction with the cult, we did find something of great interest. Something that the rest of us are not able to study.
The vase, of course. I'm aware of, well, some sort of, I don't know if conflict is the right word, but some sort of disagreement between you and Patricia.
I wouldn't exactly call it a disagreement. We enjoy tormenting each other, but there is very little to find enjoyment on this earth anymore apart from that.
I suppose whatever works for you two.
Where do you think the other half of the cult might be?
Do you have any clues on the other half of the cult, or not so much?
I believe you.
There was a guy named Maul, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they've been killing each other. So I guess we could...
They've been killing themselves.
Themselves, okay. So yeah, the only, main thing I can think of is we know they've been taking their lives. Perhaps some of that ended up in the press as, regular suicide. Maybe we can locate the area where to look at least.
It would be a good start. It would be a good start indeed. How are you adjusting with the coterie these nights? Forgive me for if I seem to be prying. You just seem to prefer your solitude. And
Yes.
I wouldn't want to push anything upon you.
No, it's alright. I don't often end up in the coterie. But it seems I'm staying in Oxford for a bit longer than in many other places. It's good to have company. I don't necessarily... When we have a job to do, I prefer to focus on the job. That doesn't mean I don't enjoy having people around. It's an alright place. It's all new. Haven't been to England before.
I see. I myself have a very difficult time trusting anyone, for that matter. The coterie
I
has been
don't.
hard.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I don't trust any of you more than necessary. But isn't this how things are?
Yes, in our ghost of an unlife.
You seem to have a close relationship with Violet.
I've known Violet for many years. And she's the only one that knows of my trials and has never betrayed me. It's the closest thing to trust you'll get in this unlife.
It's good to have someone like that.
All good things come to an end eventually.
How have you been coping? I know you've lost your haven. It's also quite an adjustment, having to live here with all of us.
I have moved many havens over the years. It's just a place, as I'm sure you well know. But I am uncomfortable being forced into close proximity with others I do not know.
Sure, something new can be arranged for you in due time.
Oh, I would not want to cause undue stress. If I am here, then it was foreseen that I would be here, so here I will remain.
Whatever you prefer.
And then Lantry will take out from behind his back and kind of twirl it between his fingers a little bit. I have here a note that... Shit. A note that was on our front doorstep when I came to speak with you. It's okay.
I just extend my hand.
I'll just put it right in her hand then.
What is on the note? I read it.
Justicar and Archons, I have the name of your next Anarch target for you. Meet with me tonight in my office. Peeler.
Well, it seems we have somewhere to be.
More errands, more errands. I want to know what's going on with this cult more than anything else, and I want to find out what's going on with that vase. Hopefully we can ask Patricia to bring it out.
What's your opinion on that whole thing? The cult of Mithras?
Mithras was frighteningly powerful. Is, maybe, who knows. I would not be so quick to discount him. And there is something about that vase that resonates with me in particular. You might not know, but it was before you joined our coterie. But Patricia was able to divine a bit of a connection between items from the cult of Mithras and Violet and myself. I'm curious how this vase falls into that.
Speaking of storyteller, does the Haven, by chance, have a pool?
No. No.
Oh, sad face. Okay, there goes that idea. Well, then from the rooftop in that case, you just hear the Pina Colada song start playing for some reason. Someone's moonbathing the Pina Coladas, let's just say that.
I think Astrid's up. Not Astrid, sorry, Patricia. Sorry, confusing players and characters, not good.
I do it all the time.
I think Patricia's up. I assume it's a more regular occurrence.
Well, I'm still fairly new to being here, but I must confess, in all my years, this is the first time I've woken up to something like this.
Yeah, it's not really my sound.
I suppose you should gather with the others. I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me.
Anytime, and I would very much like to learn more about, well, whatever you have to say about these cults. It's quite an important matter, eh? If something more significant was to happen, or there would be a chance of Mithras so being around in some way, I of course would need to report it.
Of course, the most important. I'm just curious because Mithras hates my clan. And why is there a connection between the two? I don't want to be implicated in something I am not a part of.
So you don't have any idea why there could be a connection? Something in your or Violet's past? I don't want to pry, but this is important.
Storyteller? Is there anything that I would be able to think of that might draw a link?
You were embraced when Mithras was still active, and you lived in London, where he took domain.
All right, thank you.
And of course your sire's connection.
Yeah. I'm not going to tell about my being embraced while he was active, but I will mention I lived in London while he still had power. And my sire had many tendrils in our world, some of them connected to Mithras.
Well, suppose that could have done something to you, maybe without your knowledge.
I wouldn't put it past him.
I won't pretend to know about your stuff, or much of this mystical stuff, to be honest. I trust you to share important information with me. And I look sort of a bit more like coldly and more intensely when I say I trust him to do that.
And I will say, of course, and I want to roll manipulation subterfuge, please.
Oh.
Well, then I'd like to roll wits and whatever goes with it.
Wits and insight.
Insight. I have detect lies as a specialty.
With a +1.
Can I go for impeccable lies?
Yes.
So what am I rolling? It's
And just as a
manipulation and
reminder to
subterfuge.
both
Yeah?
of you, blood surge is also a thing.
Ooh.
Let's do this. I don't trust him at all.
Yeah, I'll blood surge too.
Tell me, what clan do you usually
I
play in
passed
games?
that at least.
Everyone's blood
Ooh, it's not
potency.
Well,
Is everyone blood
It's not
potency
working.
2?
I'm 3.
yeah.
Blood potency 2, you add +2 dice for a blood surge. Blood potency 3, you add +3.
It's not letting me roll on roll 20. Let me refresh you.
Refresh, yeah.
Hold on, my character sheet again. Give me a second.
Oh, that's good. Well, I have 6 successes.
That's pretty good.
Roll 20 is
Damn.
not working.
Oh no.
Let me try logging
Hang
out.
on,
Logging
hang
in.
on.
Hang on.
The API fucked up. Should be good now.
Thank you.
Oh, you're going for the blood surge. Lovely. You're going to
Yeah.
need it.
You.
You can
Okay,
re-roll
which ones?
1, 2, and 3, or 2, 4.
Okay.
You know, you can re-roll up to 3 black dice.
I'll do that, I guess.
Okay, burn a willpower. Re-roll 3. That's 7 successes. Elfried, would you like to do any re-rolls?
Yeah, I think I can reroll. I think there's like 1 I can reroll.
Burn a willpower.
Yeah, that's an 8. So that's 7 as well.
So you will know immediately that Lantre is lying through his fangs, as a Tremere does.
I will register that information and just say, I'm glad.
And Lantre is going nonplussed. He's going to continue. Can I trust you to share important information with me?
When I deem it appropriate.
Then our feelings are mutual.
I think we should gather the others. We have somewhere to be. And I, just wave the notes. And we'll start heading to well, whoever's door is the closest.
And as she walks away, I'm just going to look at her back and smile. And then walk a little quicker to catch up and walk with her.
I would say that Patricia and Violet have probably, let's go with, met up, and will greet you in the corridor as you're walking towards them.
I'll just come up to them, show them the note. We have somewhere to be, it seems.
Oh, good. I always enjoy meeting with a good constable.
Violet's long little fingernails is clicking on a jar.
Sounds very loud.
This is the vase you found last time in the clutches of the Mithras cult.
The boss, Patricia, had her ghoul put that in her room, in her safe.
Violet's Nosferatu.
Lantre is smiling very widely right now.
Yep, I know I should have learned blood sorcery instead. Child, did you... You're gonna make my job harder for me when I'm actually able to do it. Do you understand this?
There you go, calling me child again.
I mean, when one acts like one, what else is there to say? But, anyway, old habits are hard to break at... At the same time. More work. Great. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You need better security.
That's why I got Mason.
You need better.
For the rest of the year.
Mm.
But thank you, that is very enlightening. It is as some say, a complaint is a gift. And that, basically what you did, kind of like a complaint. So, I guess, thank you.
You're welcome.
Eh.
The symbols on this look very familiar, though. It's pretty.
Familiar how? It seems time has jogged your memory.
Storyteller, should I roll?
I don't think you need to roll. I think you all know the origins of the, you'll recognize Mithraic symbols, given your experience and knowledge.
Did you get it from cultists?
We did. Curiously enough, not the reason I started away. Oh wait, no, you weren't here last time. That explains it. I thought you must have been obfuscated the entire time. Yeah, come to find out that doesn't break. I, let us say, convinced an individual that they were, let's say, a loser, and you know what, you don't need to hear the story. But basically, I made them try to break it, and it didn't break. But the reason I talked it away is because if the powers that be decide to bless me with more aspects, I can just look at its past, find out more about them. But the more that touch such an item, the harder it is to learn what needs to be learned.
Oh. I like it, though. Do you mind if I keep holding it?
So long as you promise not to let others really interact with it too much, because if that night comes and I don't happen to, be blessed with that particular thing, I at least have a network that I can go through. I'd just rather keep this in the coterie for now. You understand.
Completely.
Wonderful.
Are Elfriede and Lantre... We're hearing this, right?
Or did that happen before we showed up?
No, that happened with you right there.
Alright, okay.
Then I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna pet Violet's head. Hello, Pixie. When a child outsmarts the adult, what does that say about the adult? And then I'm gonna smile at Patricia and say, it's lovely to see you. And I need to roll manipulation or subterfuge for that one.
Would you like to make it an opposed roll, Patricia?
Yeah.
Okay. Wits, insight.
I'm
Entree.
rousing for it.
Okay. Plus 2 for blood potency 2 and gain a hunger.
Oh, the heck with it, I'll rouse too.
Okay.
Plus 3.
Wits.
And then I have impeccable eyes, so this is
Plus-
absolutely a lie.
Double checking.
All those die for nothing. Okay.
Oh my god.
Let's see. Wits. That's gonna be +2.
What am I able to re-roll? I still don't know. Is it between 1 and 4 that can be re-rolled? But zeros are
Between 1
good?
and 6. Well, between 1 to 4. 1 to 5 inclusive. So you can re-roll
Okay,
1 to
so-
5 to 4 to 2 to 4.
Okay, so a 5 is still considered a failure.
Yes. 6 or more is a success.
Okay, thank you. Then I'll roll for that. But willpower, might as well use it.
Okay. Patricia, you can re-roll the 4. But that's still going to put it as a draw and it would go to L'Entrée.
Yeah, so she's probably just like bordering on suspicious then.
I'm a Tremere, I'm always bordering on suspicious.
What do you mean bordering?
I'm always suspicious. The fact that you can't tell it and let you know something's wrong.
But yeah, the comment about the child thing, Patricia just, she just kind of does like a and then just kind of like gives that smirk. It's one that she did like back in the day when she was still human, and like basically like the owner or general manager of a place thought that they were getting off of something scot-free, and she's like, "No, motherfucker, I got you. I'm just dangling you over a fire right now." Like kind of that kind of look.
Landre's gonna blow you a kiss too.
Winks.
What's Lucy doing through all this?
Watch and observe, kids. Just watch and observe.
Lucy, could you do a rouse check for me to awaken from torpor slumber? And add your
Absolutely.
resolve or your composure, whichever is higher, to your willpower tracker. And slake a hunger.
Ooh,
Lucy
yay.
always slips in.
I gained one, I've lost one. Even better. And I am still good with willpower.
Excellent.
She's just on her laptop, just watching. Mm-hmm.
Good evening, dear Lucy.
And even
How have the shadows treated you?
oh, the shadows are treating me great. How is everything? How are the books treating you, Lantry?
How are the what? I'm sorry.
The books.
Oh, well,
You know? Things you're reading. Accent's not bad, is it?
oh, you're
No, I understand you, dear.
you're fine. I'm sorry. I'm just hard of hearing. So
My sire was an Irishman, so I got you. It's innate by this point.
I mean, you know, Lantry, because I didn't know if, you know, a couple wads of paper stuck in his ears. Or was it the ashes? Or maybe the blood cellar, so you maybe just got a wee bit cut in there, mixed in with the last bit of the wax that you had in the ears. We just want to gently kind of flush it out.
would you be willing to help me?
Sure, you got a hose. Yeah, I mean, we're all dead. I mean, just think of it. Our sinuses aren't really working. So you just put holes in your ear, put it on full blast, It's just gonna be like a spit. Just go in and out. You'll be fine. At least I'm not trying to power wash you.
You were Sombra Hakata.
Huh?
I thought you were a Sombra, not a Hakata.
Oh, I'm a Sombra. That's why I'll do it
Talking about
ruthlessly.
botany bullshit right now and like Egyptian bullshit now.
Oh no, I'm talking like a hose. That's a gardening hose. That you water your plants.
Tell me that the Egyptians didn't have shit that they did with bodies and shit like that. Come on.
What do I know about that? I do shipping and importing. I never really cared about what the Egyptians did. I mean, that's all ministry business anyhow.
While that's happening, Lantre's just gonna like reach over and put
yeah.
his finger on the vase.
Are we still
Is
touching it?
Violet looking at the vase at the moment? I will come up to Violet and Lantre, who is also heading there, and just ask anything you can tell me about this.
It's almost as if I heard it. If that makes sense.
I just nod my head.
I can't really explain it. It's pretty though.
I'm sure you will be able to study it later. I think we have to get moving.
Are we going somewhere?
Yes, the constable has called upon us. We have a new Anarch target.
Oh, so soon. Ah, this will be lovely.
I have
Lantre's
one
gonna.
question. Oh, sorry, go on, Lantre.
No, go on, go on.
What would you like to do with the vase?
Did something happen when Lantre touched it?
I mean, Lantre would have felt warmth off of it, but there'd be no physical thing you could all see.
Patricia restrained herself from her eyelids just rapidly fluttering from keeping them from rolling in the back of her head.
Any way to roll a cult on this vase? Vase. Bees.
Vaz.
Container that may or may not hold flowers.
Let's say intelligence and occult.
You want me to do intelligence and occult may arouse my
I
intelligence?
do. Intelligence and occult.
Okay, because I was saying weights because they give me a bit more of a dice pool.
Aye, go on then. I feel generous. You can roll your wits.
Oh, I appreciate this to no avail, I'll tell you that now.
Great.
Oh, awesome! What's it? We're talking about like this, like we get, you know.
I'm just imagining like Lucy's just talking to herself.
My interface happens to be the storyteller in a Scottish accent.
The accent's addictive. Once you hit it, you can't stop yourself from just picking it up and speaking in it a bit more, you know.
Yeah, you're saying that I'm like a bag of Lay's crisps, aren't you?
I'm not from the continent, dear. I'm from Scotland. We call them whockers.
I don't know. Some people call it chips still. And you're only divided by a blood. You're only halfway through for a friggin' wall that was built like over 2,000 years ago. So don't even start with me on this one.
The ironic thing is, they built that fucking wall to keep a tribe that was famous for its ladders out.
Well, that's good. What did they get for support successes?
Oh, that's a good question.
I thought it was. That's why I posed it to you.
Sorry, Pixie. You'll know that it is obviously genuine. And you will recognise through various points of research, points of history, that it is Mithraic in origin. The sun being representative of Mithras himself. I'm going to give it to you. I think you will know as well that cults of Mithras, the way that they kept order was actually being blood-bound to Mithras himself, and they would have storage vessels containing his blood.
Alright, she will actually say, like, I'm doing research on this vase, vase, however you want to pronounce it. Based off of all the things that I'm seeing on it, it's part of this cult of Mithras. And you know how you want to keep people bound and chained through a cult? Is be bound by the person itself? Now, how would you do that, per se? Because where's Mithras? No one really knows, right? But what? Just what if you kept blood, and she points to the vase, in something that people could turn around and easily have access to? To continue with the blood bone. Ta-da!
Figure out a way to actually get inside of it and get rid of this. Not by any of suggesting by any means. Absolutely not.
It's something of his. I would say he had his variety in there. So, if there's any remaining left, you could probably flake it out at a wee bit of hocus pocus to it. And she kind of gestures to lingerie. And you got yourself some powerful blood there.
Yes, if he's dead as they say, then it could
Again,
just be a boon.
Can they confirm nor die if he's dead or not?
Well, I think it's only fair that you take the vase since you know this information. And thank you for sharing it.
I'd rather share it than not. Can't work together as a coterie if we don't know what we're gonna hear of it, do we? Stuart Constable wants to see us in a moment, but I think this information's a little bit more up to all of you to know.
Fair.
Thank you, Lucy.
What's up, Valiant? How you doing?
Oh, I'm fine.
How's the cuddle
you know-
pile doing?
Very good. You should still come down. There's always room for one more.
Oh, I'm sure. I will look at that as soon as I get the chance to, so I'm not doing all the research. How's that?
Okay. Did you want the vase?
I think we should keep it as a coterie collective item. How you think?
I think that's wise.
I never want to keep too much to myself, but I think it's got ties to some of y'all. I think that it would be better to have it, where all of us can gaze upon it. Plus, eventually, if we have to do some experiments on it, we all know where it is. I tend to lose things when things get dark.
Lose them indeed.
Some things
Laundry.
end up here, some things up there. Mhm.
That's true. You can't see what's happening. I understand that.
Lontre, and I apologize in advance. Do a willpower check for me, please.
Okay, how do I do that?
Underneath the willpower bar, next to the WP reroll button, is a button that says willpower. Click that.
And no modifiers?
No modifiers. Oh, no, it's hard enough as it is. Again.
Ooh, uh-oh.
Okay.
Is that good or bad?
Lontre walks over to Violet, who allows him to take the vase, and he opens it.
Oh
Sniffs
no. Please no.
and holds the open vase and instantly recognizes the scent of heart's blood. Are you all, as players, familiar with heart's blood? Because your characters would know what heart's blood is. It's okay to say no. I don't mind explaining what heart's blood is, by the way.
I mean, I'm just presuming it's like blood essence, right?
Yeah. When you diablerize someone, you drink so deep you consume their heart's blood. And you need to consume heart's blood to diablerize someone.
I'll share that information. Looking in particular at Lucy, because she was willing to share her information with us. So this is heart's blood. This is very curious.
Indeed.
Curious and disturbing.
This is very disturbing. Why was this put in such an easy to find place?
How else
It's
do you hide
very
things?
valuable.
But if you're gonna hide something, hide it in full view.
But with a bunch of weak mortals?
I don't know. Most mortals wouldn't know a vase from a vase, from a vase to a vase. As much as they would try and, to figure out, do I put flowers in it? Do I put my light anti-ashes into it? They don't know the meaning of what a vase is anymore. So of course you could hide it right in front of them. They win. They win. They have the intelligence nor the understanding to know how valuable something like this would be.
This could be a very powerful boon, or the absolute destruction. But who knows what this could bring?
Can we all smell it? If it's open,
If you stick
can
your
we
nose in
smell
the
it?
vase, yeah.
I mean, if
I-
it's like heart's blood of Mithras, is it like wafting through the room?
Oh, it's not that pungent, no.
Okay.
I guess he wasn't as powerful as we thought he was. Just a little bit of.
Well, I'm just gonna set the vase down on a table and step back.
I mean, Elfried, with her experience, having recently diablerized someone, would recognize that smell as well.
That is indeed curious finding.
You okay,
Not
Alfred?
quite sure what is the right thing to do at this particular moment. I think we should keep it safe. Make sure nobody gets to it.
Hi, that's fair.
And not share this information outside of ourselves.
I think that is most wise. Lantre's emotions right now, he's a bit agitated actually. Like, usually he's calm, underneath the facade of being the doofus. But he's pretty agitated right now because he's remembering the ashes that we found in the Tremere Haven a while back. And so he's just kind of in turmoil.
Would Violet recognize that?
Ooh. I mean, maybe we'd have to do a roll for it. I don't know.
I think you've been companions long enough to recognize that.
Okay. Then I'm going to be like looking at Violet, just kind of. Yeah, this is really weird.
Violet's just going to stand a bit closer to you. She won't say it out loud or ask what's going on out loud. Just stand a little bit closer.
What have we got ourselves into?
Well, nothing good, but we'll deal with it.
Chaos, mayhem, more chaos. standard Tuesday.
I think
That's
for
fair.
now, we should leave it locked up again. Head to meet the constable. Think on what to do next with this, and I gesture to the vase.
Unless anyone else has had any safes on the not secured. Violet, you know where it is. Unless anyone else has one, until we can find a way to display it, in which to make it safe, if you do not mind.
I would trust either our Nosferatu or the Somber for that. In the meantime, I'm going to be putting the top back on so that it's sealed off.
Can you hide in the shadows?
I wish I could. I'm not that particularly good with the Oblivion with that way. But I can work on to improve it.
Okay. I'll find somewhere. Like I said, the safe was too easy.
Landre's gonna smile.
Takes the vase and goes off to hide it. Skipping.
And then I'm gonna look at Patricia and be like, "Do you like pina coladas?"
Of course I do. It's what I chose to drink while I moonbathed this morning. Did you not hear me?
I was just kind of curious on if that was deliberately playing or if you just liked the song, you know?
In the mood for pina coladas as I moonbathed, and I thought, you know what? Why not put the song on?
That's fair. I guess we should go to our
Yes.
constable
Let's
and
get going.
enjoy that meeting.
The quicker we're done with this, the better.
The coterie leave their haven, head into their vehicle, and make their way across the city. Anything anyone wants to discuss on the car drive?
Do you have any microwaves in this car? Is this the same car as the last one?
It's not a microwave, but the glove compartment has been converted into a bread baker.
That's so freaking fantastic, though. Is this that same vehicle?
Yeah, and it would be instant driving again.
Okay, I presume I'll probably be in the back, so I'm kind of gonna be poking my head around at the glove compartment to see if there's anything going on in it this time.
The glove compartment's in the front passenger seat.
Yeah, so if I'm in the back, I'd be like looking around the passenger seat, just kind of like trying to see if you're cooking anything this time.
No, but if you look into like the little, place you can raise, that has like the bar and everything, it's restocked. Different alcohol though.
I hope there's rum.
Yeah, of course. There would actually be a rum. I don't think they make it anymore. It was actually kind of like a really, really dark purple to where it almost looked black. But it was from Bacardi, and it was called Tattoo.
Ooh, that sounds good. All right, sorry. I was just kind of curious if you had anything baking in the glove box.
Elfrida will just be looking out the window, thinking about the task we need to do. And half registering what's happening around her, but not listening to casual conversations about rum.
Rum and crumpets, apparently.
Yeah, I don't think she ever had a crumpet.
I fucking miss crumpets.
Violet will link arms with Lantry, just casually.
And Lantry will kind of shake out a little bit. He was drift off to thinking about his sire, and that will pull him back a little bit from it.
With the revelation that this vase contains heart's blood, and the strong possibility that it is Mithras's heart's blood, has anyone got any thoughts or feelings that their character would be having they wish to share at this point?
Landre's pretty pissed off, actually, about that.
Why?
Because his sire, and he's really sick to death of being caught in mazes he doesn't understand. So if he's here at this time, there's probably a reason. He's just tired of it.
Reader is concerned and a bit frustrated because, well, anything to do with Mithras is a big deal, and she was hoping when she was coming to Oxford this whole mess was done and she wouldn't have to deal with any of that, but now she's right in the middle of it. And I think she does think that like cults of Methuselah are like bullshit, and she doesn't get it at all. So she's just kind of she knows she needs to make a good call on this, so she's concerned about that, and also frustrated that she has to deal with any of this sort of stuff in the first place, because it's not her forte.
I'd say Patricia, being Ventrue with the clan status and lineage that she has, she's kind of really indifferent, a lot like Elfrida, she's like, this is like, bullshit. She has some other things that she follows, but it's not quite time in the Chronicle to reveal that. But yeah, she's just basically going about this kind of just like very methodically, very, kind of professional business. Let's just get this shit done as soon as possible.
Lucy, I know you're the Sombra, but surely you have our feeling.
She keeps her own counsel on her feelings at the moment. She's still trying to figure this out, but at the same time, she's more observing, reporting, and really seeing their colors come out. She has a few favorites, but at the moment, she's not going to let that undermine her own mission, undermine her own way of what she has to do to get it done, and make sure she's doing everything correctly. She's not going to let her sentiment or emotions at the moment sway her otherwise.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
The coterie arrive outside one of Oxford's police stations, each exiting the car and as usual enter into the constable's office as he rises from his chair in greeting of the coterie, gesturing to them to all take a seat. Good evening, honoured kindred. A pleasure as always. Before I proceed to extend my thanks for dealing with the remnants of Primogen Griffin's followers, though, as I understand it, there are still more remaining, I hope you'll be able to deal with that half tonight. Now, to the Anarchs. Ash Marrow, one of the only 2 Anarch Ventrue in the city. He controls a gang on the south side. His territory encompasses Rose Hill, where he and his gang push drugs on the Kine, both the ones under his control and the ones not directly under his control. An effective, though primitive, method of control. I suggest as a means of getting to him, through his child Singe. She is young and greedy, thus open to manipulations. Finding her will be easier than finding Marrow. I suggest you come up with a plan of infiltration, though for now, prioritize the remainders of former Primogen's cult. As I understand it from your reports, they are located in an industrial state, also in the south of the city. Do you have questions?
I think that basically summarizes everything you need, Constable. Thank you for your time.
I have the address The industrial estate you will need to go. He'll... I don't know why I actually act it out as if it's you can see it, but you can't. But he will push a piece of paper over the desk towards you.
I'll take it. Thank you. We will deal with the problem as soon as we can.
Thank you, Archon.
Then as Lantre stands, he's going to He's going to stop for a minute and say, "Any news on the war in the city and when the ban might possibly be lifted?"
I am not privy to the prince's inner monologue, I'm afraid. The war, for now, remains relatively quiet. But when dealing with anarchs, who can say? They are an unstable bunch.
Indeed. Thank you, Constable.
Very well. Go into the night safely, kindred. He will stand.
Violet twirls and waves.
Bye!
No, she was just nod. Hand out.
I just say have a safe night as well.
She just does her standard.
Lantre will keep a brief moment of eye contact with him. Because I don't know what I think about this guy. But I'll give a grateful nod and leave.
He'll return the nod. The coterie take their leave of the constable and weave their way through the various parked police cars in the underground oblique concrete space and out into the night, getting into their waiting vehicle as they drive away, on their way to the industrial estate. Is there anything you wish to discuss on your journey?
I was silly about how I forgot my gloves until now. Grr.
In fairness, you don't actually have a crescent moon tattoo on your hand, so it's forgivable.
True. Well, brand, I believe it is.
They're never very consistent with it.
We know that there might be a kindred with this group of cultists, right? From the other cultists. So yeah, I will just bring that to everyone's attention again.
Oh, I thought you were talking to us. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I was asking Shiva to make sure.
Sorry.
Because I wasn't sure I didn't. Yeah, but yeah, that's basically. We need to be more careful this time. We'll probably be dealing with a kindred.
I'm looking forward to killing something. A little more difficult than a bug.
I don't like how he underplayed the Anarchs. The ones we found are very organized. He's underestimating them.
Yes, speaking of. And at that moment, Patricia's probably seated right behind her goal. So she just basically leaned forward and just basically start to converse with him to where basically he just scopes the exterior area like in a circumference basically, and once he sees necessary, basically sit down with Sniper if he sees fit, or, you know, if he feels like he has to move in, do so, but try to keep as far away from possible.
I can find us a nice quiet place.
Wonderful. I've been looking forward to seeing how you work with these things. Don't disappoint me now.
Try, but do you know how loud this thing is?
I mean, that's kind of. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You think too much about these things.
I mean, it's part of the job. You got to consider absolutely every single outcome.
Yes, and at the same time, I can take care of things. They can take care of things that you can't, so don't worry about the things that you can't take care of.
I figured that into my plan, and I have considered myself Plan Z. I will only fire this gun if everything is right, proper, fucked up.
I will reply to Violet that I agree. I don't think we should underestimate Anarchs. Oh. We wouldn't be in this situation if they weren't a threat. I believe he's just, well, showing confidence.
I agree with Elfrida there, because the Camarilla and the Anarchs are, in a way, two sides of the same coin. And I do agree it would be most unwise to discount them, but sometimes it's not worth the argument with certain people.
You guys have actually beginning to damn at what he thinks?
I care about whom he reports to.
Oh no, I said thinks, not to who he reports to. He's given you his own observations, but they're peppered with his own idea and thoughts of what the Anarchs are. He's not given us a right understanding. I've always been dealing with the Anarchs straight through, meaning I know that they're going to bite at some point in time. So best to underestimate me over underestimate them. So when they come up short, at least we know that we've got a ball in the pocket. The constable doesn't seem to understand exactly that we're the ones, at times, or shall we say, a wee bit behind the 8 ball due to the fact of our technology, where they are unabashed.
Dear Lucy, the constable is an idiot. We already knew that.
Well, I didn't when I walked into this. So we better have everyone have the weight and salt and see if they're going back or forth. It'd be right proper if they didn't turn around and actually overestimate us. And then expect us to underdeliver. And then he could turn around to the prince and say, what about this lot? They're not bringing in what they said they were going to do. And then hold it over our heads. You know,
That's
wrong?
fair. That's fair. I would agree not giving him much information on this, though. But
I don't think he's a person who can hold anything over our heads.
And last time I spoke with Lance, he was an interesting... Name is Lance, right?
Mhm.
Storyteller? Last time I
The
spoke with Lance...
Anarch Bruja leader.
Yeah. He was actually a pretty amenable fellow.
Well, he
yeah,
might be nice. He's still the enemy.
Well, I mean, if he's open to talking, then he's open to being manipulated.
Of course.
Just Rory. The constable isn't doing his job. He's here to protect our leadership. And if he doesn't see them as a problem, then he's not doing his job properly.
Everything I've seen so far is that he has us do his job for him.
Hey.
We'll just make sure when time is right that the prince knows who it was who took care of things, and that I can get to the right ears.
Hopefully, I'll be confirming in a few nights' time a way to communicate with the prince. Family.
Yes.
Let us
Lantre
get
will perk up at that.
privileges. But
I agree.
I sent the initiation, and now the ball is in their court.
Well, now we're off to do some more hunting, so the constable doesn't have to, as he sends out... I don't mind so much, though, because I do want to know what's going on with this cult very much. And kill something tonight.
The car pulls into the quiet, large industrial estate. The low-pressure sodium lights provide an eerie yellow light over the area, allowing them an easy way to navigate in. They find a quiet place in the shadows around the corner from their targeted building. How would you like to approach?
As they get out of the car, Patricia will once a good number of people around her like start to like file out, she'll reach under the chair, bring out basically like a rod, bring out the top part of something, and then as she steps out, connects it, and now she has a Roman spear.
Roman spear under the sea. I'm sorry, Longtray is going to he's gonna think that's pretty awesome actually. Can I use Sensei Unseen to see if there's anything? Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, it's okay. Go on.
No, I'm good. Go on.
I thought you were good with a gun.
There are certain things that I know about this that make me better. And she just kind of like strokes the blade a little bit. I had to make sure that this arrived safely.
Ooh. It's nice.
Isn't it?
So what's the? Can I
Well,
use
outside
Sensei
of-
Unseen on anything?
It would be an
Or should I?
it would be an automatic success, but there'd be nothing.
Okay.
And you're currently outside the warehouse, just standing on the road in the shadows.
I'm gonna whisper to Violet. Psst, are there any cameras?
I peep for cameras.
Wits and awareness for me, please.
Can I use my specialty of surveillance system?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could she add a dice for Lucy? Lucy will help.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
All those dice.
Yeah.
You could re-roll the 3 2s if you wish.
Maybe I do.
Why don't you have a hunger dice?
Ooh.
Huh?
Why don't you have a hunger die?
No.
What's your
How do you
hunger
do
level?
that, please?
It should
Ah.
automatically throw it in. You should have a hunger level of
you
1 at the moment.
You said I could sate it.
You can only go to hunger 0 if you drain someone.
I know, that's why I was confused.
Ah, we had a miscommunication.
Okie dokie.
Speak to me in broken Japanese, I might get it then.
But if I knew it.
Yeah, that's my problem too.
Yeah.
Tell you what, do the roll again with your hunger set to 1. Don't burn a willpower. And we'll call that a practice roll.
Okay. Thank you.
Practice rolls don't count.
Because they exist in the void.
Oh, fuck.
Well, apparently, roll 20 knows what it wants.
Fine.
You can roll the 4 and the 1 again if you like.
Okay. How do I do that again?
Underneath the willpower... Actually, we have a command for that now.
Oh,
There you go. In the chat.
where? Where? What, the reroll button actually works?
The WP reroll button does, yeah. Don't use the reroll button in the chat, it can be funny. Or
Okay, poof.
Pixie, in her generousness, has given you a free reroll.
Oh, Pixie, I love you. So I can do the whole thing again. If it does a 2.
Come on, third time's a charm.
If it does a 2.
Hey!
Thank you, Pixie.
And you will see, it was worth it because you will discover that there are in fact cameras trained in on the area, all linked into one master camera socket. The feed's off-site.
I point it out to Lucy. Would you like to hack it? Or would you like me to?
How about we team up together?
Oh, I
You
like
hack
it.
and then we'll do the things.
Okay. We wish to hack.
Intelligence.
Intelligence?
Who's doing the main role?
What's your technology? I've got a 3.
Technology. 3 as well.
Okay. I can assist. If it does, if she needs help, I'll assist. If we need to re-roll it, I'll roll it.
Okay. Violet. Intelligence technology with +1 modifier. And another +1 modifier. So +2 modifier in total. 1 for your speciality, 1 for the assist. Very nice.
Yes.
And you will successfully be able to break the system and not trigger any alarms at the same time. The system is currently down, and you know that the CCTV cameras will appear to be operating, but are not actually feeding back any information.
Violet smiles extremely widely with all her little jaggedy teeth.
Nicely done, ladies.
Lucy will just go like this, like a high five.
So before we head in, though, Montre is just going to be like, the kindred. If possible, can we keep him for questioning? I want to work on him or her. And he's going to, like, steeple his fingers together in excitement.
Sure.
I have no objection to getting more information. You seem to enjoy it a lot, though.
To be fair, that's kind of one of the things we can get away with being Primogen. Can't really fault him.
Thank you. Landre's quite pleased, and he has his smile, and it's that horrible, creepy smile that he thinks is nice, but it's quite pronounced right now. He's very excited.
We'll try to capture him.
Thank you.
Is there any kind of wooden fence or a branch? I'm looking for something that I could, like, tear off and have something to possibly stake someone with.
Oh yeah, you'll be able to find something like that, no problem.
Yeah, if I can find one, I'll keep it, and if I can find 2, I will give another one to Violet, because I've seen her be, like, very strong.
That's an understatement.
I'll let you have 1.
1. Okay, I'll keep it.
I have my bat. It's okay. Thank you, though.
Yeah.
Lucy will pull something out of her purse. And
And
just
then-
go, "We'll just do for you."
Absolutely.
Oh man.
Any of them, you can take one. The only thing is I'd recommend running it right through at some point. It's the only way to actually get them out of the heart. The little crochet knob really kind of wants to stick in there. Would you like one?
I'm good, and I'll just keep whatever I've got.
I have cricket bat. You have them.
Oh, I know. I never leave home without multiple stakes.
I'm gonna pet Pixie on the head, and I'm gonna whisper, "Just please be careful not to knock its head off."
Oh. Okay, for you.
You can do that later, though.
Okay.
Going up to the front door, and you approach.
Arm in arm with Violet.
You approach the metal door, finding the warehouse locked.
Well, I'd be happy to spit on it if we need to, but maybe there's a better way to get through.
What's the matter? Aren't you going through the door?
I'm sorry, I did not catch that.
I said, are you going through the door?
Oh, yeah, I mean, like, well, the door's locked, but I can melt our way through unless anyone sees a window or something.
Oh, please. I should have had a lockpick.
Well, I don't need a lockpick. It's much more fun, okay, to watch something sizzle into non-existence.
But the problem is that you've now set the course of someone knowing that you were there. Instead of having a lock unpicked, no one knows that John did it.
We're here to murder everyone, dear Lucy.
Aye. It's the details. So when the people come in to investigate, and they're seeing, oh, somebody decided to do that, and melt a door, compared to how the door become unlocked.
That's gonna actually, what you just said triggered my memory. Can I use Sense the Unseen to see if there is a ward against Kine here? Like there was at the other place?
Yes, and it's still an automatic success. There is still nothing with Sense the Unseen to be seen here.
Oh, but there is a ward against Kine?
No.
Dang. Okay,
I
you're
would
right.
like to activate toughness.
At a rouse check.
Rouse check. An 8, so pass.
Don't get cocky, remember what happened last time.
I know. Well, I've been failing them a bit this time, so
Fair.
I'm just happy.
Dexterity lastly, please, Violet. Do you have any specialities that might help?
Not in lockpicking, I'm afraid.
Okay, Dex and lastly then, please.
Again, Lucy can assist.
Yeah, +1. Wonderful. And the lock will click under Violet's bony touch, allowing them entrance into the side. Would you like to proceed in?
Yes.
The coterie enter into the large metal warehouse. A set of stairs clings to the back wall, leading up to a small room, isolated from the rest of the main floor. Below it on the main floor is barely a dozen people. As they slowly approach the group, one of the crowd, a woman in a robe as black as her straight hair, stands and approaches the coterie with a warm smile on her face. Visitors! Esteemed! Gifted visitors! We have been blessed this night. Come, talk with us. Tell us how we may honor you this night.
Lantra's gonna look at Patricia because she had a pretty fun way of handling this last time.
She'll just take a couple steps and she's kind of in front and just kind of like hands up like this. Like, yes. Do. Lead the way. She kind of picked up on that hint, but she's... This is kind of falling into Ventura ways in another sense. Ventura when I don't have to actually work for this.
She'll just lead you into the middle of the floor and sit down on the bare concrete tiling and look up at you almost in awe.
There are people all around us right now.
They're kind of in front of you, assembled, and
They're in front of us.
all just waiting
Okay, so
to
as
be
long as they're not
addressed.
behind us.
I want to keep an eye all around the room just in case anyone's coming out the shadows, trying to flank or anything.
Please bestow your wisdom upon us. We wish to honor you.
Wisdom of what ilk?
Whatever you deem us worthy of. We are fewer in number now than when we started, but we are all eager for your knowledge.
Well, she'll just kind of look at Lantre and then look at Lucy, a little bit of a smirk. I have come across a few of you in recent nights, and they have been wise enough to listen and realize just how much of themselves they have wasted. Would you not like to hear us elaborate as to why y'all have been so, let us say, pathetic?
We are but merely bugs in comparison to yourselves. We are nothing. We are but to serve.
You say it is Mithras. I say you need to turn your eyes a bit more southeast.
They will literally all just suddenly turn in one direction.
I meant metaphorically. And she just puts her spear and just kind of like holds it out and just kind of looks to the sky a little bit. Pop her neck, and she'll actually just kind of look to Alfreda. Take it away.
Alfreda would have tried to say something before Patricia said something, but actually couldn't because she just had this sudden wave of guilt having to deal with these people again. But now she composes herself. Looks to them. Tell us more about yourselves. How many of you are here? You said
There are.
not that many are left.
We were once around about 20 or so. Now we are but 12. We've been told it's for the greater good. We would do anything.
And who leads
for
you?
We think his name is Mo.
Mo. Is he around here right now? I would very much like to speak to him.
He's probably in his office. And the whole cult will turn and look up at the isolated room at the top of the metal stairs.
Thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
been a great help. I think it's only appropriate that we go to greet him.
Of course, we shall await you here with great anticipation.
Yes, we'll be back.
Alfreda feels like almost freezes for a moment at that, but just forces herself to continue.
And you're going
Smiles
towards
at
the
them.
metal room?
I think I would start heading there, like just, giving a look to others.
I go to back her up.
Yeah, I'm just right on. I'll just march right on over there.
Yep.
Same.
Patricia just like snapping finger and like holds herself a little bit more vigorously. 1, 2, 3. Locks on.
And in that case, we'll be right back. The coterie have made their way up the metal stairs and into the isolated room, where they see 3 figures. One sat down, busily crunching numbers, with 2 men either side of him. What would you like to do?
Before we go in,
Before you go
I
in?
would like to activate feral weapons to have them ready, just in case.
think
But
that's
I will keep
pretty-
my hands sort of around my back as I go in. I'll do a rouse check.
Is it a rouse check? I thought it was free for feral
Oh, I
weapons.
think it's a rouse check, but I rolled a 9, so it's okay.
Either way.
I'd like to pop, what is it? Yeah, toughness?
Rouse check for me, please. Gain a hunger. How would you like to proceed in?
I'm gonna pop in for prowess as well, just in case.
Okay.
It's a rouse check.
Gain a hunger.
Oh well.
Violet smiles to Elfrida.
You take point?
I didn't catch that.
Are you going to take point? Or would you like me to?
You're welcome to if you want.
Only if you want me to?
Go on, I'll be right behind you.
Okay.
Woof. As I open the door.
And you'll find a man crunching numbers sat down with 2 men either side.
Hi!
What are you doing in here? Did you guys tell them to stop working?
We didn't tell anyone anything, but we need to talk about what are you doing here.
Who the fuck was working?
Don't you guys care about the masquerade?
Who the fuck are you?
We're trying to protect the masquerade. What are you
And
doing?
doing what? What are you doing? And what masquerade are you trying to protect?
I swear, you people never understand.
I'm sorry, is he speaking English?
I mean, there are, but they're basically talking in circles and at surface level. Not actually explaining themselves, now are they? I believe this is where our friend here, thumbing back to Lantre, specializes.
Landry's gonna roll his eyes and step forward. Sorry, go on.
Over the course of a standard year, the amount of crime rises by 8% every month. We have to maintain that. Otherwise, we will be exposed to the world. You need to let us do our job.
And who the fuck are you?
I am Mo. I am the one that is in charge of this group, and we have very important work to do. So you can leave now.
Charged by whom?
Hang on. Too many goddamn folders to look through for games. Are you doing what I think you want to do, Mo?
Yes.
Was that directed to Elfrida?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to show me? Can you show me the blurb in chat? Make it easier, please. Wonderful.
That's gonna be fun.
Oof. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Okay, Elfriede, composure, intelligence. Mo, dementation.
Composure, intelligence. Okay. Would unswayable mind help in that?
Oh, nothing's gonna help you here.
I think
It says
would,
it helps
actually,
for like mind
Yeah.
control-y things.
Yeah. Because it's under the
Okay.
dominate field. So
Yeah.
Jesus
So
Christ,
I
Mo.
add my fortitude.
Nothing's gonna save you.
Mm-hmm.
Defense roll for that again?
Pardon, sorry?
What's the defense on that again? And
He's only casting it on Elfriede at the moment.
oh
with
yeah,
the
Alfredo, that's right.
composure
Yeah, no, I don't
intelligence.
have that. I have 5, so yeah.
So you will take 4 superficial willpower damage. Ouch.
Okay. Oh,
And as the
okay,
words...
that's a lot.
Let's have some fun with this, shall we, Mo?
Let's.
As the words leave Mo's mouth, the beast inside of him begins to chatter between his ears. His extrasensory gifts run wild. Mo experiences what might be truths or portents, but what others call figments of the imagination dredged up by hunger. Although he is still functional, Mo's mind and perception are skewed. He receives a 2-dice penalty involving dexterity, manipulation, composure, and wits, as well as on rolls to resist terror frenzy for one scene. You are suffering from the Malkavian delusion compulsion.
Is something more happening to me beyond the sudden willpower drain?
How much willpower has that left you?
1.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna be feeling that. The beast inside is going to be screaming at you. You're able to resist it for the time being, but you are slowly turning into a cabbage.
Right. I'm gonna look at him. The fuck have you done to me? And stab him with my claws. Just to kind of pin him.
Strength brawl.
Strength and brawl.
Yes, please. And Mo. Because this is the start of combat, you can either attack back or dodge. But you won't be able to do any more attacks if you do attack back.
We
No,
are
sir.
going to dodge.
And it's dodging a brawl, so it's strength and brawl for you as well, please.
Can I counter offer and use arms to hold him in place?
We'll
I
see how
think I
this roll
sort
goes
of, I don't
first.
know, I think I'm just going for it in response to like, yeah. But you can do that later, absolutely. I got, that's 5.
You'll successfully charge at Mo, using your feral claws to pin him to the wall, restrained, face to face.
I think I show my fangs a bit. Just pretty shaken. And pretty angry at the same time. Try that
Mo-
again, and I'm gonna rip your head off.
It's probably a bad time for me to say it, but you still have demontation active if you want to use it again on her.
Sure.
You can say anything you so wish. And it'll count.
Leave my office and tell the group to get back to work.
Demontation, Elfriede, composure, intelligence.
Is there a chance I could do arms and put one of the arms in his mouth?
Yeah, can
Or
we do
cover
anything
his
to help?
mouth? Yeah.
Yeah.
Be able to, I don't know. I'm just gonna roll. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's great. That's a crit. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, yes.
And your words will ring hollow in Elfried's ears. You wanted to cast Arms of Aramon and muffle him?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to just either cover his mouth or take a tendril and just go right in.
Seen things very similar to that in this country.
Oh, we get another hunker. Oh, no. Going
And cast
to...
Arms of Aramon.
Actually, we're going to play Dancing with the Devil. We're going to do one more rouse because we're rousing for wits. Yay, we're at 4 kids. Hey, and we got a snack.
Well, we're supposed to capture him, right?
Eat one of his friends.
I wanted to talk to him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
So for arms, I'm doing Oblivion, and then I've got to add a, I have the modifier, and then I add the wits to it?
Yep.
It's giving me modifier. Okay, gotcha. Nope, it only added the modifier. Okay, that worked.
I think you add, because it's just a plain add to successes, isn't it, for wits?
Yeah.
So, what's your wits?
It's roused, so it's a 6.
Jesus. So that's 11 successes.
Good heavens.
Just why you don't fuck with La Sombra. And
And I prowess up.
the shadow tentacles. I'm never going to get used to saying that. The shadow tendrils.
Yeah,
No,
you
that's probably just as bad. Reach out of the shadows and go straight down Mo's esophagus, silencing him. Mo.
She will start to pull if she can do that at some point.
If Landre sees that, he's going to be like, wait! I need him to talk!
There's more than him.
There's more than him. There's 2 others.
He seems like the important one. And by the way, how did you fit 11 into his mouth?
I'm talented.
Landre's just going to shake his head sadly. He's going to look at Mo. He's going to be like, we weren't even here to fight. That's going to be a lie, but I can roll for it if you want, but...
I don't think Mo's in much of a position to really give a shit at the moment.
Now that we've silenced you, we do have 2 other gentlemen we can turn around and talk to. If somebody would like to talk to him, I'm going to focus on this lovely person right here because he decided to fight instead of talking. You know, I really didn't want to deal with him, so yeah, just don't swallow. No matter what you do, don't swallow. I appreciate it.
I can't.
Say it, Shiv. It's there. I can see it. Just say it.
No,
No?
no.
Wow. Well done. Good job.
You're not helping.
Not trying to.
I mean, it is the season. There is that one Christmas song that repeats, oh, what is it? Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, let's go.
Everyone, stop trying to encourage me to say something.
We can move on.
Yeah, what would you like to do next?
What are the other 2 guys doing?
Well-
Are they intimidated enough to be like, we're not doing anything? Or are
They're
they fighting?
standing, waiting to be told what to do because they're very loyal ghouls, but they are in action pose. Perhaps Mo has a hand signal for them to initiate combat or something.
Oh, they're ghouls.
Yep.
Snacky!
Mo will just use his hand and point towards them.
And the two ghouls
Patricia's
will come.
gonna pop off.
Two ghouls will come charging. Probably one to Elfried, and the other to Hentai Woman.
Oh, she'll take it because she needs snackies.
What are Violet and Patricia doing during all this?
Violet will protect Elfried. So she'll go to attack the one that's gonna attack Elfried.
Yeah, Patricia's basically popping awe to distract the ones that are trying to attack. That way, the ones that are going after, that can give them a leg up. But then she's basically kind of rolling her eyes. She twirls the spear, just kind of jabs it in the ground, just kind of fed up, and drops the firearm anyway.
Yeah. When someone's got their mouth and throat full of black shadow tentacles, the last thing they want is a leg up.
Oh,
I would say, Violet, you will be able to intercept the ghoul that is coming charging forth for Elfried.
Yes.
And engage in combat with him. He's going to just try and punch you.
I
How would you like to respond?
just want to punch him back.
Strength
Like,
roll.
he's like that, I'm like, poof! Nope.
it's a lot of freaking die.
He's a big boy ghoul. What should I roll?
Strength brawl, please. Are you hitting him with the cricket bat or fists?
I'm gonna use my fist actually, because I
Strength
want
and
the brawl damage.
Strength and brawl to fist the ghoul.
Yay! Oh!
Can re-roll 1, 4, 2, and 3. Well, the combination of them if you so wish.
What were you saying, sir? I couldn't hear you.
You can re-roll up to 3 of those dice if you wish.
I'm gonna.
Okay. And so am I.
No.
You will take 2
Lucky shot.
superficial damage as the ghoul is able to dodge out of the way of your incredibly fast lightning fists, but is able to knock you back very rudely, I may say, by striking you in your ribcage.
I hiss at him.
Lucy, you will be charged at by the second ghoul. For warning, if you do anything other than dodge, it will cancel out. Shadow tentacles are fun.
I'm trying to aim myself so that she's still dealing with the tentacles, but she's gonna try and aim herself towards Patricia so this ghoul is affected by Patricia's awe. And then if she can, slink behind just to maybe get snacky for a moment.
I think that's... You want to go and try... You would have to go in for the brawl, for the grapple, to get to feed off him.
Alright, I will wait on Snacky. Because we have to definitely, gently shadow tendril this gentleman in his esophagus.
Dex and athletics for me, please.
Bollocks. Oh, I'm sorry. Not really.
Oh.
Can I have snackies now, please?
No.
Listen here, I brought you hentai. I just want the blood.
The ghoul comes charging forth, fists raised, and strikes you on the side of your head. You take 1 superficial damage, and due to the ghoul knocking you, you've got a free reroll from Pixie. Dex and athletics for free, please.
Yay! Thank you. Let's see, Jackson. Fucking Christ in a handbasket.
Good enough for me.
Wait.
Fuck.
Wait, I don't understand. How did you roll 1 less dice that time?
Yeah.
I don't know. I did athletics, and
Oh, you did brawl recent.
No,
Like
no,
the last
he
one.
said-
It says brawl on the last one.
No, I use Dex. I have a 5
Roll-
dice pool. Either
Roll
way.
Dex and athletics again.
All right, here we go again.
Just for the sake of it, I hope it's a messy critical.
So do I.
Yeah.
Oh my god. This doesn't much do.
Oh,
It's the same thing. I don't know how I'm getting brawl, but I did athletics.
No, that's fine. Lucy attempts to dodge out of the way of the incoming fist from the ghoul. Unfortunately, it makes contact with her in the side of her head, and she takes 2 superficial damage, but is still able to maintain concentration,
I do have resilience too.
deep
just in case
throating Mo with her shadow tentacles.
Hey, thing. Okay.
Who's next? Patricia.
Yeah, she would have pulled out her, I believe it's a 38. We read upon that she has, and just, drawing a beat on the other guy that hasn't been beaten up on, the rest of her country, because, they pretty much got that other one taken care of. So let's take care of the straggler.
Well, both ghouls have charged, and you've got Mo restrained.
Yeah,
Successfully.
well, basically the ghoul that, basically has had the least attention.
They've
Okay.
both been engaged.
Yeah.
The one that's closest to you is that one there. Yep, I got it. Dex, firearms.
Let's rouse the decks.
His name is Barney.
Excellent. Okay. So, that's going to be bring the page back up.
All it can do is try and dodge. It's not just me. It's not just you that Roll20 hates.
Wow.
Patricia brings the gun up to aim and skillfully fires off 3 rounds, impacting into the ghoul's shoulder and torso, causing it to reel back in pain. Lucy, what was your hunger for?
Yes.
Okay, you're fine. Lantre.
Landra is looking at Mo and then looking at Lucy in kind of this morbid fascination. And now, if I'm remembering how this is, Elfride has him pinned to the wall, right?
That's a way of saying it, yeah?
Yeah.
So, this is my, I don't know how this works. Are you able to stake him, or do you have to reduce his health low enough to stake him?
No, you can just stake him.
Okay. Am I able to get the stake from Elfriede and try to stake him in the same turn, or do I have to take it from her and then next turn try to stake him?
You'll be able to take, if Elfrieda's willing for you to have the stake, of course.
Okay, cool.
Consent
Thank you.
is important, Kendu.
Okay. So I will walk up next to Elfriede. I will
Well, I
ask.
think Elfriede is kind of shaking and just staring at Mo with this mixture of very intense emotions. But she would have a stake in her pocket.
Well, I will try to get your attention. So, Lady Elfriede, Lady Elfriede,
I look to you.
would you be willing to allow me to stake him?
Yes,
we can
yes,
torture
do
him
it.
later.
Do
we
it.
can torture him
Do
later.
it.
Okay, so I'll take it and I'm going to try to stab it into him.
Strength. Melee.
Eh.
Sorry, the melee. Okay, let me
Yes,
see if
you
I
gotta
can rouse.
You gotta thrust it in.
Mo, I'm going to give you a dodge opportunity on this. Technically, I shouldn't be able to, but I think it's fair to give you a chance to dodge out of the way of being staked. So Dex and Athletics. Bear in mind, Kendu, this counts as a called shot.
Yeah. Oh, so what's my modifier on it then?
There's no modifier. It just increases difficulty by 2.
Oh, okay. Dang.
You can't spend willpower to reroll. 2 and a 4.
I mean, I guess I could try.
There is no try, just do. Don't Padawan. Bingo!
Mo is able to just about shuffle out of the way of the incoming stake, and you end up sinking the wooden piece of wood? The piece of wood into the centre of his chest, just missing where his heart would be, unsuccessfully staking him.
And then I'm just going to mutter, I knew I should have spit first.
Oh, for
Mo
fuck's
swallows,
sake!
you spit.
For fuck's sake, just pull it out, spit on it, and jam it again. I can't say a word because I'm choking his throat.
I will next round.
I laughed so much my tooth came out.
I'm just imagining Violet over there laughing, her teeth are falling out.
Mo, you have an opportunity to get out of this if you so wish. Would you like to do so?
Sure, let's go ahead and try that.
Strength brawl. Lucy, strength brawl.
Alright, we got humans in here I can munch on. Guess what I'm doing? I am
Oh,
rousing.
Mo.
Oh.
Oh man, this is not going good for Bormo.
We are at 5.
Oh my goodness, 5 hunger.
We're at 5. Give me 1 minute. I gotta look a thing up because I think it did a thing. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. I love you all. You're great. You're like the best friends I always wanted in a tabletop RPG, where death is never on the line, but always an added flavor for things.
Oh, I don't mind killing player characters.
Oh, I know you don't. I am a dude. I have to make sure I'm adding the. It's 2 for. Hold on. I think I'm not adding the right. Is it a +2 modifier for those who have blood potency of 2? Yeah, it's 2. All right. Want to make sure I'm doing my math right. So I'm doing strength and brawl,
Yes.
and adding 2 because I did math. Oh, come on. Mommy needs a new pair of Louis Vuittons. Ah, shit. How is it on? Oh, yeah. I'm going to re-roll that. Try to. I can only re-roll 1, correct?
Correct.
Okay, I got a 4.
Oh.
Oh.
I was wrong. Mo. Resolve and composure.
Since I've got
not
him
strength and
grappled, if I've got him grappled, can I just feed off of Mo?
Well, your tentacles have him grappled.
Yes.
Yeah, I suppose that would work.
Perfect. Plus, I got prowess.
I-
I'll stick my fangs in him. I don't care.
I feel bad for this guy. He's got claws in one
Elfried.
shoulder. He's got a stake in his chest.
Can do. Shh.
I think I would probably try to stop that because we wanted to capture Mo.
I just want a nummy. I'm not gonna diabolize. I'm looking just to eat because I hungry.
Yeah, but I have my, recent experiences. I don't know what you're doing. It's like, it's going quite fast, I guess.
You'll just look at it for you to go.
If I can, I have no idea in what order we're doing things.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well,
No, she'll just look
Mo
at
is unable
Elfried and say
to
she's hungry.
break out of the shadow tentacles. Elfried, it is your turn now.
All right. Okay. Well, if I have a question, like rules-wise. If I keep stabbing him with my claws, he will be taking damage and eventually fall into torpor, or will the superficial damage be able to kill him?
No, he'll fall into torpor. You've got to get through.
Alright, okay.
Basically, when you have in V5, you have twice the
Right.
amount of health when you're a kindred. If you've got 5 health, you get 5 superficial damage, then you take 5 aggravated damage, then you're in torpor.
Then I think, since I don't have my stake anymore, I think I'll just try to give him another. Like, I have one hand on him, and I just stab with another hand.
Strength and
So
brawl.
that's strength and brawl.
Mo,
Um,
you may attempt to dodge with Dex and Athletics with a -1 modifier.
Getting a lot of beast rolls here.
I got 4.
Okay. That's going to be 3 superficial damage to Mo. How are you looking health-wise, Mo? Not good.
Ouch.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I feel
Violet.
bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yikes.
So glad that you came on.
Aha! Aha!
You do that so well.
Practice.
Good to know.
I feel bad.
Violet.
But Elfrida doesn't feel bad. Elfrida well, she does, but not for this. She's just kind of shaking as she's doing that and really focused on Mo.
You've got your claws in them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Violet, you are in close combat with one of the ghouls.
Yeah. I want to
he's
try
gonna
to punch him again.
Yeah, he's going to try and punch you too. Strength and brawl.
If I activate lethal body, does that help me? It's not very clear on my description that I have for it.
That's potent.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep, that'll help. That'll help considerably.
Yes. I want to do that.
Very well. Why did I join in with the accent? And it's free, so...
Wunderbar!
Does that add? Does that give me extra die, or?
It changes all superficial damage you do into aggravated damage.
Woohoo! Very
Oh,
well.
it is, and yeah, it is passive, so it is always active anyway.
Nice. Just, I have so many pretty die, and yet they don't roll high enough.
You can re-roll.
If he was a lupine, it'd be like, boof, dead already. But
You can re-roll 3 of those dice.
Can't do it.
but today, no. I will re-roll 3, just because I want to hurt him. And I only get 1. Boo.
I'm going to give that to you. Because, it would make more sense for you to be more powerful than the ghoul, so yeah. And you were able to
Hurrah!
clench your fist and hit him as hard as you can in his chest as you hear a rib bone break.
Yay.
Lucy in the sky with diamonds.
Diamonds.
You are engaged in close combat with another ghoul.
Well, that went to Patricia.
Patricia shot him.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
so he's
you-
coming back for me?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm going to try and snacky on Mo. I hungies.
You want to try and... Okay, so that's going to be Strength and Brawl to try and grapple Mo. Mo, Strength and Brawl to resist being violently cuddled.
Ah.
I can't is my strength still bolstered because I can't re-rouse.
I believe your strength is still bolstered. Prowess?
Okay. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean, I to boost to add the 2 modifier because we're still in the same scene.
Oh, is this for prowess?
No, this is for adding 2 extra dice to my strength so I get a better roll.
Is that from rousing the blood?
I did yes, and I did that already for my first one.
Yeah, that only applies to the one roll.
Oh, okay. I can't re-rouse then?
I mean, you can, but then you're going to have to frenzy check.
Shit. So suck. I'm re-rolling.
You can't.
Oh,
All hunger
fuck.
dice.
Okay.
Mo, you can re-roll the 2 and the 3 if you want.
Okay.
Thank God. Mo, despite being restrained, is just about able to stay out of reach of Lucy's incoming fangs. Much to everyone's relief, apart from Lucy's. Patricia! What would you like to do?
Same thing. I'd imagine she has like some sort of Bluetooth device like on her person that basically her ghoul would have. So basically she just like quickly put that in like while everyone else is doing her thing, but she still take the shot, but she basically turn it on and basically give him audio of everything that's happening as well.
Okay.
But yeah, she'll take another shot too. And I will go ahead and re-rouse her strength since you roll it the way you do. Let's see. Hunger 4, hello. Let me just notate that real quick. Firearms. Dex. +2. Oh, oops.
And he's going to try and dodge with a -2 modifier. Very nice. Lovely. You fire
This
off
isn't right.
4 rounds into the ghoul, who takes each one and finally comes dropping to the floor with blood seeping out of the floor, out of the wounds onto the floor. Lucy, you know what this means, don't you?
Yeah.
Frenzy check for me, please. Difficulty 3.
And that hunger 4, do you need that for me as well?
Only kicks in at hunger 5.
Okay.
Just from the sight of blood, it's hunger 5.
Difficulty 3?
Yes, please. Oh. Despite the overwhelming compulsion you feel to release and feed on the nearest, you are able to restrain yourself and maintain control and balance. L'entrée.
So, Lantre is going to take his hand and just rub it on the side of Mo's face a little bit. I am just terribly sorry about all of this. And he's going to point to the tentacles in his mouth, and the stake in his chest, and the claws in his shoulder. I really do hope we get the chance to talk soon. And he's going to step back and throw a dagger.
Dexterity and athletics. Yeah. You rousing the blood?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Jesus H.
Oh.
No, please don't kill him. No!
Oh, well, you can, I guess, resist. Reroll.
Can I re-roll my zeros so I don't accidentally kill him?
Well, you don't have a messy crit.
Yeah, you don't have a messy
Or-
crit. That's just a...
Oh, but you have a failure. Yeah. No, I don't know
that's
why
a
the
success.
beast chose.
That's, yeah, the
Okay.
beast kicks in if it's a fail, because it's a bestial failure.
Oh.
But that was difficulty 3 for a throw, and yeah. So that's 6 damage, potentially. Sticking with it, L'entrée?
If I do too much damage, does he flat out die and not fall into torpor?
No, he'll fall into torpor if you do enough damage.
Oh. Okay. With the giggles, I'm going to re-roll the 4, 4, and the 3.
You sadist. Go ahead. Eight damage to Mo, as L'entrée stands back with a wry smile on his face, pulls out a dagger from the inside of one of his robes, that's what we're going to say, and lets it fly through the air, impacting deep into Mo's chest as blood trickles out of the wound, and he slips into torpor. Lucy, frenzy check for me, please. Difficulty 3. Because more blood. And Lucy
Man.
is able to exercise excellent restraint as she sees more blood spilling out onto the floor and releases the torpored body of Mo from the shadow tentacles, leaving one ghoul standing, looking incredibly scared, but fists clenched, and you know he's going to fight to the death.
If he's facing Violet, does he see Lucy? Because she could just come right behind him.
You wouldn't really be looking at Lucy.
She'll walk up right behind him.
You're going
I've
to do
got
what I think
prowess
you're going
on.
to do.
Eat him? Yes.
Strength brawl. And he'll try and resist. Oh no, actually I'm gonna count that as a sneak attack. So strength brawl for me, please.
Yay. Okay. Getting sick, we got brawled in their strength. We're submitting, no modifiers, we're fucked. I got a tree.
That's a success. Lucy sneaks behind the ghoul and is able to interlock her arms around him, completely disabling him and restraining him, leaving him at your mercy. I'm going to call that the end of combat. What would you like to do with the restrained body, as if I need to ask?
Snackies!
Anyone want to do anything before she attempts to feed?
Well, on the
ghoul.
On the ghoul, no, yeah.
Okay. Do your feeding roll for me, please, Lucy. Or, wait, you have a different type of predator, don't you? So, strength brawl for me, please.
Taz. A lot of strength and brawl. I need to up and...
I've never
I got
seen an Sombra without strength and brawl. That's fine. How much blood would you like to take?
I'll take 4 dots.
You can either take 1, 2, 3, or 5.
Oh, no 4.
Yeah, it's
You know what?
weird, isn't it? But no
That's-
4.
You know what? He meets part of my thing of all evil things must die. He was evil, he attacked us. I'm taking
Training.
all. Yup.
Absolutely fine. There is no humanity loss or stain for draining a ghoul. Lucy extends her
Really?
4 fangs. Yeah,
Rude.
yeah.
I think that's really wrong, but that's just me.
I don't count them as an innocent in the way they look at them because they've imbibed kindred blood.
I think it doesn't matter whether they're innocent, but that's the discussion for a different time.
I can't say no to that smile, so you're going to get a humanity stain.
No, sorry. No, you
Okay.
don't feel like that. No. No!
Okay.
Lucy extends her
sorry.
4 fangs and brutally sinks them into the man's flesh, beginning to feed upon his blood. As the warm crimson liquid touches her tongue and goes down her esophagus, she realizes she shouldn't restrain herself, she shouldn't hold back, and drinks every single bit, leaving the desiccated husk of a corpse to fall to the floor. You take 1 humanity stain, but you may slake 5 hunger. I think it makes
Okay.
sense, because, you're slaking 5, otherwise you're just all going to go looking out for ghouls, or make your own
No.
ghouls.
No, this
I
is more
would.
survival, this is more survival. I'll explain it to you this way. I'm hungry, yes, but I'm making a point. This is not an innocent. This is somebody who willingly tried to fuck with us, fight us, and was doing it on the orders of the man who's torpored. We are not only making a poignant thing of you attacked us. This is a defense and showing the power of strength that we can not be overcome. I would go against the stain, but that's your guys' call.
I mean, I'm not quite sure why it would be only innocent. Like, I'm not quite sure on that.
Because I can understand if it's an innocent and I willingly drained him dry. And where this is not an innocent, he fought against us and was actually actively going to try and kill us. So therefore, he loses his innocence marker, and being that he's an active willingly combat, I would argue
Well, I
that.
think you're taking the innocence in a different direction to the way that the writers intended. Innocent as
I don't know, does it say that, like...
But the writers intended to say you can make your own decision on how
Yeah, I think
you
so.
innocence.
True.
But does it even say that it has to be an innocent? Like, I don't remember that, but maybe, yeah, I
Most
don't know.
chronicles actually go and say if you harm or kill an innocent.
Yeah, I
However,
don't like that. I feel very uncomfortable with that, but okay.
But that's why I would say I'm not trying to.
Okay, sorry, no, I don't want to, like, impose it on you, so absolutely, like, but I think we should have this discussion later.
I think in this instance, applying any kind of definition of the word of innocent to this guy is going to be a loose fit at best, really. Really. So I'm not going to give you a humanity stain this time.
Okay. I normally don't try and look to drain for goals. It's just, it's here.
Simply based on the circumstances that this guy has been placed in, we'll take it on a case-by-case basis, but I don't think we can apply the word innocent to this. Just this once. I say just this once. We'll take it case by case.
Fair enough.
Is innocent of a crime. He attacked you. In defense. I don't know. Let's not open that can of worms. Let's just go with this time, no stain. And the desiccated, dried out husk of a body is dropped to the floor as Lucy is satiated. You do have the torpored body of Mo, who is left on the floor. Can be revived with just a small amount of blood if you wish. So I would recommend restraining him first, but probably in a way where he can speak.
Should we take him home before questioning, or would you like to do it here?
I don't think taking him to our haven is the best idea.
Anywhere is fine for my purposes. My hand just steepled again and my fingers are tapping against each other.
Well, Vatre, the head honcho remains. I believe you wanted to lead into your lineage. Yes.
Yes, indeed. Alright, so we need to, like, tie him up and stuff, right? So, first we need to decide, where do we want to do this? Here is probably fine. We've finished it up and stuff, right?
You know what? This man tried to do something to Afraid. Are you alright, Afraid? That's a no. So
Be alright.
I say we gouge his eyes out. So he doesn't know where we're at and what's going on.
Very well. And then, Alfred, once we're done with him, he's yours to do with as you wish.
Hey, I'm okay with you to deal with him. I just... Alright. Lantre, question him.
Very well. So we wanted to take him outside then. Is there somewhere nearby that would be abandoned that we would know about, the storyteller? Maybe
We still have the cultists to deal with.
Ah, that's right. Well, we can just leave his body here and we can go take care of the cultist real quick if we need to, right? He's not going anywhere.
No.
I'm not particularly hungry right now. So
The
you can just finish him off.
other goal is still, like, unconscious but alive, correct?
Both dead. You shot one, and
Okay, so the shots killed him. Okay, got it.
Lucy turned the other into an unhappy meal.
Yeah. Trish was also hungry, but, like, basically, like, when the talk of the cultist comes up, people basically probably out of their peripherals realize that Patricia's just walking away, going back down. Because she's a hunger for.
Patricia makes her way down the metal stairs into the bottom floor where the 12 cultists are awaiting her. Obviously, they heard what went on upstairs, but they don't seem to be particularly fussed. The same woman steps forward once more. Are you well?
Right, so. We just had one of our very particular discussions of how those high up in things, such as this, do things you wouldn't understand.
Of course. Higher beings talk of higher subjects than we could possibly comprehend.
I do wonder, though. You remember how I said that some of you have been misguided?
Yes.
Well, the one that you have been following, I am also of their blood. I do not recognize him because I already recognize one that is far more acquitted to be of a service to you, even if you are not of the blood. I said to look more southeast, because it is Artemis you need to pray to, dear children.
Is he like you?
Mithras, yes. As is this Artemis that I speak of. She is... Well, I can direct you towards those who have been established here that have been speaking to this area of her for some time. But she's probably what you've been searching for. You probably came across this Mithras stuff and settled. Because it seemed like that's what you were after, but no, it is elsewhere.
We didn't
And her
settle.
all's still up. She hasn't turned it off.
Mithras is real to us. We have seen his miracles. We have tasted of his blood. I think she's frozen.
I mean, nobody can stay in that pose, that with that smile for that long.
And not blink.
I know, right? Unless...
What would the rest of you like to do? Because I believe you're all upstairs, aren't you? With the torpored body of Mo.
Yeah, I think Frida would just take a moment to compose herself and step not out of the room, but sort of to the side.
What's Elfriede
And
feeling
try
right
to.
now?
I think because her willpower got drained and she's been already sort of struggling to keep it together, she's feeling guilt over, well, just disposing of those previous cultists. And this kind of block, like she at this moment feels she can't do it. She knows it needs to be done, but she just can't move and she can't quite act, and is sort of almost stopped in this state, trying to just compose herself and be able to keep it together again.
What's everyone doing?
Lucy wants to gouge his eyes out so he doesn't see the way to the Major Haven. And then she'll try and
Haven.
yeah, and just stuff cotton or something like that in the eye socket so the eyes can't like regrow quickly and
This was to
you
Mo?
can torture him. No. This is to Lantre and Alfred and Violet. She'll just bring up the fact that if we blind him and we take him wherever we need to, he won't know where we're going or where we're at. And you can then do your, she'll say to Lantre, you could do your nefarious questioning, and I'll make sure I have my special arms ready if needed.
Blindfold him. Why don't we just blindfold him?
I'll send in a message.
I'm good with the blindfold.
Let's do that.
Like,
I go over to one of the ghouls and start ripping the shirt off or something to get some cloth.
All fine, all free. You'll be able to place a piece of thick cloth over his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
How would you like to deal with the cultists downstairs?
Lantre won't kill them.
Is Patricia there?
She is downstairs.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
I was scratched, but yeah, she's basically, talking to them this whole time, like, the same shit, and she probably, like, whichever, like, one or two, or, like, most attentive, she probably would have, like, taken them off to, like, a side room. Feed.
You're not... yeah, you're not going to get their attention. They are devoted to Mithras.
Even with all still
Helplessly.
activated?
Roll. Manipulation, subterfuge, and add your presence rating as a modifier, please.
Don't mind if I do.
With Mo's thing handled, I think Lucy would go downstairs to actually find out who's been teaching him all this. And if what we learned from the vase, or the vase, or the vase, how are they binding these people?
I think you will gather enough information, Lucy, that you'll work out they are somehow still bloodbound. You'll recognize instantly signs of careless devotion, mindlessly following anything they've been told. Patricia, would you like to re-roll the 2 3s? You'll be able to convince one of them to, at the very least, feign interest in you. And you'll take them off to the side. And you would like to feed?
Yes, please.
Please do your feeding roll.
Well, considering they're not asleep, I don't think her standard feeding roll would apply here.
How would you like to go for the feed then? Just violently?
Since all's still up, we can take the seductive manner. She's beautiful. She has that.
True. Charisma and performance.
Persuasion? Because I actually have dots in that.
I mean, if you're going for the seductive side, I wouldn't go with persuasion.
Okay. And then charisma, so do I get to add my all? Or my presence rating due to all?
Yes.
Yay!
And don't forget, because your beauty merit as well gives you another modifier.
Yay.
Bingo. How much would you like to slake?
She's gonna take 2 from the first one and then 1 from the other.
You only got the 1.
Oh, okay, yeah. So she'll go down to 3 then.
Trisha extends her 4 fangs as she begins to whisper into the cultist's ear, seductively licking at its flesh with her tongue, before finally sinking her fangs into the flesh and extracting the body-warm liquid, swallowing like a shadow tendril, taking a dangerous amount of blood for herself into her body, and letting the cultist drop to the floor unconscious. You may slake 3 hunger, but you take 1 humanity stain.
Fine. And she'll leave not her card, but a card to the priest that she hinted at.
How would you like to deal with the cultists that remain?
As she walks out, she's going to switch her off for Daunt, and then just basically go up the stairs, look at the rest of her coterie. Are we taking this as the last time, or do we have some other bright ideas?
Well, we can't just leave them here.
Yes, the constable wants us to finish his work for him.
Let's get this done quickly, and then we can talk to this individual.
Laundry's going to kind of drag his feet because his inner turmoil, the last time they had the cultists, they started murdering each other. So he had no problem killing them. These guys, however, he kind of sees them as kind of stupid. You know, they're blood bonded, doesn't know what happened to bring them there, and he's really not sitting well with him, just flat out killing them. So he's kind of dragging his feet a little bit on that because he knows they have to go to preserve the Masquerade, but he really does not want to hurt them.
I'm going to make this a 1 roll situation. Before I do, is there anyone whose character would definitely not participate in the killing?
Oh, the cultist? Yeah, she sees no reason for it.
Landry wouldn't. He would hang back if possible. If he started being questioned, he might, but he really wouldn't.
Her thing is Mo, but she's going to stay upstairs babysitting him. So she's not wanting to know what happens.
Trisha will go to a corner of the room and on her Bluetooth, and she'll just intuit to her goal say, clean the roomscape, which to him would be eliminate everyone that's on the first floor.
Okay. In that case, I think it would be fair to say that Patricia will relay the information to the rest of the coterie that sorted. We don't need to get our hands dirty. Let's go.
Mason is on it. He's a good lad.
I'm going to let you skip doing a roll for that, because it's not you directly. However, because you've given the order to slaughter 12, I'm going to say innocent people. I hate to say it, but you're going to take 2 humanity stains for it.
That's okay.
And as you all, with Mo in tow, exit the warehouse and approach your car getting in, you'll see that Mason is absent, but you will hear, off in the distance, gunfire and screams. Where would you like to go?
Well, I think we're going to revive Mom.
You like to do that in the car as you're driving?
No, probably once we get to safe place.
And
Oh,
I feel it's an appropriate time to ask as you are entering the car, hearing these gunshots, hearing these screams. How does everyone feel?
Can I take 2 humanity stains? Because while I didn't directly participate, they were innocent in my eyes, and so by not taking an action is taking an action, and I really feel torn up
And
about
make
what's
it one
happening.
humanity stain.
Okay.
So how's everyone feeling at this point? How's everyone's character feel?
Elfrida is feeling rubbish. Like, she is totally drained, and she's hearing these shots, and similarly feels that this is wrong, but at the same time necessary, and I think she just hates it and hates herself at that moment, being very guilt-racked. I will take a stain for that as well, because
Yeah.
I think it's
Please do.
appropriate.
Patricia, I feel rather than taking a seat like behind her goal, like she wouldn't like actually like begin to like think about this until like the actual like car right back. But she would have taken like a back seat like on her way to like getting situated, grab everything, make her drink, and then just kind of like, like, push herself at the corner, and then just like finally think about it and like the stains and everything. Like she kind of justifies it by holding on to anger. It is directed at the constable because he. Hold on. Sorry, dog. But yeah, because he is also a Plan Ventro, and he's making not just her, but her coterie, but most importantly, her. Like scapegoats and pawns. Like who knows? Like what the fuck? Like who is he to try to manipulate archons? Who is he to try to manipulate cousins such as herself? So she's doing plotting, evaluating internally.
Lucy, you haven't directly participated in the slaughter, but you're certainly hearing it, and you've had some moments.
I think before she left, she put on her earbuds that's connected to her phone. She's got a playlist that's downloaded into the phone. It's Linkin Park. Numb. She's La Sombra. She was forged out of carnage and slaughter for humans and surviving and learning how to grip and grapple for every scrap that you can get. Prove yourself. Prove yourself with the blood. Make sure you're worthy of being La Sombra. For every moment she's taken, for everything that she's done, she's taken already several stains and dropped her humanity down to 5. She's numb. She knows that in the eyes of humanity, it's wrong. But the eyes in the La Sombra, being it's a ruthless act, but it's maintaining the masquerade, it's maintaining her self-preservation, her coterie self-preservation. What has to be done has to be done. She plays the music on loud. She feels the music and the vibes. She understands what has to be done. At the same time, she knows it's a means and a ways to survive. She doesn't understand this cult of Mithras. She doesn't understand half of what this coterie is going through. But the tower stands. The tower demands. What has to be done has to be done.
Violet, how are you processing everything that you've seen and heard so far tonight?
Hearing the screams and the slaughter, Violet is having flashbacks of her own sire's actions and how he is. So she's very quiet, and as she gets to the car, she's gonna help make sure our torpor fellow's in, but she is going to make her own way home rather than get in the car with everyone. She needs to take a minute to herself.
Entree, you've been tasked specifically to sow dissent among the coterie, but you've seen plenty of things tonight. What are you thinking?
It's a little tricky right now to sow dissent when everything that just happened brought them closer together. I'm looking in my mind, hoping that we can cause a problem over the cult of Mithras. I see that several people here do feel guilty over claiming the lives of innocents, and I want to see if I can use that against them. Say, perhaps to one, that they didn't mean it, that they were just acting it, that some of you were forced to do the dirty work. While Patricia used the ghoul, she was the one that ended up having to do it because no one else would do it. So I want her to feel upset that she had to take that burden on her shoulders. And I kind of want to try to play with it from there. But I'm also it's also conflicting with me because I do feel guilty about the innocence as well. But I have a task I have to play too.
Trisha's obviously not happy. Like, you've probably been able to tell for a while now with the constable, like, the respect that she's been giving him in all these meetings has been, like, depleting steadily each time. And, like, this was the final fucking straw.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to sow dissension now.
I think it's fair to say the coterie will proceed in a very heavy silence through the night. I presume back to your haven?
Yeah, that's fine.
Where you will be able to meet up with Violet, who has also made her own way there. You drag the torpored body of Mo out of the car and into the haven. You take him to an isolated room, place him on a chair, and heavily restrain him. Is there any extra special preventative measures you'd like to take in place, or just, should we say, manacled restraints, because they're always fun?
I just want to make sure there's no windows or anything, right? It's just an isolated room, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm talking to everyone now. I kind of want to take his blindfold off.
No.
Well, he just has no idea where he is. I don't think.
He doesn't need to see this room. He can recall a room, and then if anyone has been or been like around here, they can pinpoint it.
We keep any details.
Yeah, he doesn't even know what we look like, even if he wants to remember. What he did to you, he was looking right at you. If we
That's
cut out
fine.
the field of vision, I don't know what he did, but he looked directly at you. So if we cut off...
Alright, let's keep the blindfold on then.
I agree. Okay.
And
Well,
I'll have
then.
a rag if he keeps on spouting about bullshit and just shut him up again.
Yeah, I think we should be ready for that. I would like to perform a ritual to get him to talk, but
Got a ball
do
gag
think-
if we absolutely need one. Sorry, Longterry.
if it comes down to it, but at the very least, I do think we need some cuffs on him.
I
Oh,
would like to test something as well.
okay. I got manacles. Got 2 sets. I got a ball gag. We can do this. Don't ask how I have them.
Storyteller.
Yeah, I want to know how she has the ball gag too. Good question, Patricia.
No, not that. Another angle. I'm tapping into my Bahari shit. Would you say with Patricia's, recent acquisition of a ghoul, would one of his day missions would been to go to Catholic churches to collect a few vials of the holy water at the entrance? Because she wants to test and
Well-
see if this individual is that particular kind.
I mean, you're going to be... There's one nunnery in Oxford. You would not have been able to get in there. I've tried.
Got it.
There's... might be one Catholic church in the city, but there are Church of England churches, and they also do have holy water. I'll leave it at that.
So probably just like 2 currently.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have no problem with him being able to get a hold of some holy water.
Okay. Yeah, she'll basically tell him to go retrieve a vial.
And he'll return with a small test tube and hand it to you.
What I did. And she'll, from her purse, take out an empty vial, the one that has like the dropper, and she'll uncork it, and she'll take the dropper and take it and do it basically right where his third eye is.
Have no effect.
Wonderful. We have these for another night. And then she'll give it to Mason and kind of shoot him away, dismissing him for the rest of the evening.
And part of our preparations, I'm hoping to have a chair that I can use to sit in right next to Mo.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. And then so for my ritual, I just need salt and an iron dagger, which I already have. So
Which ritual are you going for here?
truth of blood.
Okay. There is going to be an issue with that.
Uh-oh. Okay, go on.
I'll explain it to you mechanically, because I know you're unfamiliar with some of the intricacies here. Mo is currently in torpor. In order to get him out of torpor earlier, you feed him blood. When he comes out of torpor, he will be at hunger 5. You need 1 pint of blood from the subject. He will not have 1 pint of blood in his body at hunger 5.
Oh. Shizzle.
I volunteer to feed him to wake him up, though. I will feed him my blood.
Do a rouse check for me, please, Violet.
Do 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 do. Boop. Boop.
Gain a hunger, but she will open a wound on your arm and allow your vitae to trickle into Mo's mouth, reviving him. Mo, set yourself to hunger 5, please, but you are no longer in torpor. Do you have unbondable as advantage or merit?
No, I do not.
You are at a level 1 blood bond. 2 Violet. Think of this as the early days when Sam gets the ring. Could chuck it on a fire, but why would I chuck it on the fire? Don't want to. I can quit, Violet. I just don't want to.
Could I feed him another dot? Like if I gain one more hunger and he loses one?
It's once a month.
Okay.
Unless you have a certain Sabat power, right, Lantre?
We're not bringing that up.
Okay.
Son of a monkey's uncle.
Son of Cain's uncle.
Freaking fettuccinium.
Good cheese, that. Mo, you are conscious, hungry, but bloodbound to Violet. You are able to
I wave.
resist certain things that she may say to you, if you so wish.
I have to go back and complete my work.
To talk to you first. Just a little bit.
Or a lot. We'd love to hear about this work of yours. I hear we are cousins, after all. And then she'll just basically go behind Lantre and the top of the back of the chair, put her arm like this, kind of lean forward. Don't you want to open up to family?
You call yourselves kindred? It takes you 5 to take on 1 kindred and 2 ghouls? You can't even stake properly.
No, but I can gag you right quick too. Want to try it again?
What we mean to say is we didn't want to kill you. I'm gonna need a lie there though. But we didn't want to kill you, so we were trying to be careful.
I'm just going to let that play out.
And still, took you 5.
I mean, I think I gagged you quite quick, so I'm really not seeing the problem of this.
It's not like we really exerted ourselves.
Nah, not really.
We like to cover our bases, plan for
Oh.
contingencies,
Play with our food.
let the unknowns know that they're not necessarily unknown.
And from the gagging me, how many answers did you get?
Oh, I wasn't asking for any answers.
And all I asked was for you to leave my office.
Was it your office? I didn't see a name on the door.
I told you, leave my office and let me continue my work.
You could tell me all you want. I didn't see a name on the door when we entered. You can climb at your office, but I really didn't say Mo's office anywhere.
Lantre's kind of just got his head in his hand right now, and he's just kind of massaging his temple.
Oh, who sent you?
I don't speak to you anymore.
Okay. Lovely. Check out the ball gag.
Sir Mo, you had mentioned your work. What does your work consist of?
We must help maintain the masquerade.
I 100% agree that is, after all, my job. I'm just curious as to what you were doing, because it was so dangerous as a masquerade breach anyway. What were you hoping to accomplish?
In order to keep the masquerade undamaged, there must be a certain level of crime. The kindred now take the place that the previous kind used to. So we must commit the crime that they used to.
What does this have to do with the cultists, though?
They are our conduit.
Oh, so you were using them to commit the crimes, then? Curious. Did you just take this on yourself, or are you working with people?
I need to go complete my work. You guys have put me back.
Your work is very important, I agree, but you must understand we were sent to ensure you are not breaking the masquerade. So, you understand the importance. You're working toward the same thing, are we not?
Therefore, the master that sent you is in error.
He might be. Please tell me why.
I've already told you, I'm trying to preserve the masquerade.
But who sent you? Are you doing this on your own? Are you working with people?
There are others who help out, but this was my group to help lead.
Interesting.
Dictated by whom? Tell me, does a Mr. Griffith ring a bell to you?
Griffith. I'm not sure I know that name.
Did you know who the group of kind you were working with belonged to?
They were put in my charge by a Toreador.
Interesting. Very
Which
interesting.
Toreador?
Now, please, I must get back to work.
Dawn's going back up. Which Toreador?
Is that what you want? Do you want a name?
The correct one.
He goes by Carmine.
Can I see if he's lying?
Yeah, can I see if he's lying?
Ditto.
Wow, you just don't trust him. I'm hurt. I'm hurt.
No, you're not.
Do for me, everyone who wants to know if he's lying or not. Wits or intelligence, whichever you prefer, and insight. Mo. Charisma, persuasion. Wow, they really don't trust you. Actually, fuck it, Mo. No, don't bother rolling, because you are telling the truth. Fuck them.
I don't want to fuck Mo. No.
That's one less.
I feel so unloved.
It's funny because even when you were in... Oh, nice. Yeah, that's fine. Even when you were in the other game, you never lied. And everyone was like, can I roll to see if he's lying?
It's a good habit.
It is a good habit. Yeah, that's true. But you are all successful at being able to read him and know that he is, in fact, telling you the truth.
So, Mo, I appreciate your honesty, even with our unhappy introductions earlier.
Are you the one that couldn't stake properly?
Luntre is leaning forward a little bit. His mouth is kind of slightly agape, and he's trying to figure out how to answer this.
You look at Mo. It's like, oh my god, who cares? Look at your situation. You really think we're gonna be caring? What? That you think we're not tough enough?
When I pass on, I will still be a member of the network. What will you be?
I don't give a fuck.
Oh, so you are not cousin. Good. I can feel better about eradicating you then.
Fuck, it's a milk. For fuck's sake. That explains it.
Violet, you hear something at the front door that the others miss, and you leave them to deal with Mo for the time being as you go to investigate.
Hmm.
Is there anything the remainder of the coterie wish to do before I switch back to Violet?
So, I just want to make sure, is this a storyteller hand thing where you want her alone? Because if Lantre saw her get up and leave in the middle of investigation, he would want to see what's going on.
I want
But
her
if it's
alone,
like a...
and the same
Okay,
with the
okay.
character.
You need ball gag. Okay, we'll send it.
It's the look of disgust on Violet's face that I just, live for that. Violet goes to the front door and answers it, swinging it open swiftly, and finds standing on the other side a fairly young man, looking timid, gaunt, weak, clearly nervous, as he looks up at Violet. I'm sorry. I'm Daniel.
Hey,
Hi. I'm sorry. I was part of the that. But I never wanted to be there. I only came there because my sister went there. Well, she didn't go there. She went with another lot. And then the lot... I'm sorry. My sister was
okay.
all I had. She was the only family I had left. And then we were split up. And so I had to stay with that horrible group. I didn't want to be with any group. I didn't want to be alone. And now I'm alone. Can I stay with you? I promise I can be useful.
Can I insight him?
Yeah.
I know that's a
yeah.
D&D term, but I want to insight check him.
Yeah. Intelligence or wits, whichever you prefer, and insight.
Okay. I have no insight, but I've got plenty of intelligence. Boop. Boop. Yeah. 2?
You could reroll the 4 if you so wish.
Yes. Yes, I will.
There you go.
Yeah.
You look upon the scared mortal, and he seems completely sincere in everything that he's saying. He is genuinely lost, alone, and for some reason seeking you out for shelter.
Iris, how come you came here?
No one else has been in there, and
Oh,
there was no one else left in there after you left, so I didn't have much of a choice.
did you follow the car or did you follow me?
You weren't in the car?
Hmm.
I followed the car.
Oh, you did good then.
Thank you, don't hurt me.
Oh, you're mine now. Come on.
Okay.
Hmm.
And you'll notice from his body language, he is so nervous. He's just looking straight at the floor. He's reaching out for you and letting you guide him in. You're unsure if it's nerves, shame, or just general mistreatment, general mistreatment, or a mix of all three. Meanwhile, how are you dealing with Mo? Bless you.
When he says the name of the Toreador, does that ring a bell? Is that a name, well, we would have heard before?
No.
Alright.
And not that you've had much experience with the Toreador, but you would know the name of a Camarilla Toreador, so instantly it's an Anarch Toreador.
Yeah. I will look tomorrow. Right then. This Toreador. Where does he hang out?
Are you wanting to know his lair?
Phone number, lair, whatever you have.
You can find him on 100th Street.
Doing what?
I don't speak to you.
I just can't. I'm sorry. I just can't.
That's right, absolutely, because Malkavians don't speak to the wise ones.
That would mean I'm out as well.
I know.
Shit.
Quite the situation.
Master Mo, I don't quite understand what you were trying to accomplish with the Cult of Mithras followers. Wouldn't it have been better to take a random group of criminals? And I'm going to be paying attention to see if mentioning the Cult of Mithras, elicits a reaction.
As I said before, the criminals that there would normally be that hide in the shadows, their shadows are now filled by kindred. So they do not exist anymore.
Last time I checked, there was only 2 shadows in the city. I didn't know I had more cousins here. How utterly disappointing. I'll have to go find them out now.
Lantre actually, when he said that again, he got up, he wants to choke him and strangle him, but then set himself back down, and he's just like...
His math is incorrect. Not to mention, I don't know where he's getting his figures from, but he had to be at least 5 years old.
So, Mo, you think the Masquerade is in danger because there's not enough crime?
The simple existence of the kindred make the Masquerade in danger.
You don't say.
How deep?
Oh, he's getting to be intolerable. Americans. No offense.
I'm gonna
Lincoln.
roll my eyes. put a hand on Lantra's shoulder. Learn what you can and deal with it.
I'm massaging my temples and I'm just gonna whisper Malkavians.
And I'm gonna like head out of the room. Like kind of hang around. In case there is any trouble, but I think like at this point Elfrida just can't be bothered with this.
He's just going to spout back the same things he's been talking about. No, and she'll look to Patricia. No offense, my dear, but some Americans clearly do not understand European society and are imposing their own numbers on our own, which is quite disturbing. Quite perturbing.
No, I hear you. I was, like I said earlier today, I'm grateful that my sire was an Irishman, a natural enemy of yours, I'm sure, but
Absolutely.
taught me much about these sorts of things. And I do wonder, if you're so concerned about Masquerade and everything, and you're supposed to be not a problem anymore, how do you suggest we take care of that? Because the only way that I'm thinking, I'm not going to want to be the one to do that, because you and me existing together forever, I'm not vibing with that.
Oh god, that'd be torture.
I'm gonna. Lantra's gonna stand up and he's gonna put his hand on Mo's left shoulder and he's gonna say, "I really do appreciate your help. And I hope we can chat more. Maybe get to know each other a bit more." And let him take the stake out and just stick it in his heart, or make a roll or whatever I need to do for that.
I'll let you do that for free, if Mo's okay with it being done for free.
Sure, why not?
Okay. And you successfully stake Mo, whose entire body shrivels up. What little flesh remains clings to the bones, and you realize you have given him final death.
Wait, what?
No.
Steak bait.
No! I was trying to save him for Violet.
No, wanted another friend.
Elfrida just glances in, kind of nods her head, and is feeling like shit about the whole endeavor.
Laundry's actually gonna just fall to his knees a little bit, cause he just had to kill all the innocents earlier, even if he didn't have to do it himself. And then he just killed this guy and didn't mean to. And then Violet had started blood bonding him, and he's just feeling really crappy about it. But in the back of his mind, he's gonna try to make Violet believe at some point that it was Lucy's idea.
The fuck it was, bitch! You could suck it! Actually, double suck it! And then let me get my arms and you can suck it even more. That's called Tentai and Landry, that works. I'm totally down for this.
But yeah, that's kind of what's going through his mind there.
And on that note, has anyone got any last moment things before we wrap up for the week?
I want to feed this fella my blood.
You want to what?
You wouldn't.
Blood bond him. This fella.
Oh, yeah. Do a rouse check for me, please.
Yes. If he's staying in the house, I want him loyal.
And you will open
Make sure
up
he's
a
house
small
trained.
wound on your arm, and he will happily drink blood from you.
Yeah.
If there's enough moonlight left for Patricia to leave the Haven, go to Elysium for about half an hour, just to kind of, see if she gets a reply from the prince. Also taking of, the one free drink a night. she'll go ahead and do that and then return before the morning star.
You haven't received a reply yet, but you may slake one hunger. Anybody else?
Yes. Elfrida will look to Lantra as he falls to his knees and feel sorry for him because she's feeling the same. And like almost maybe make a few steps in and then decide he needs to just go through this. Like we all do. And I think she's gonna go. Assuming there is a bit of a night still left. Pick up a mortal going home after a party or outside the club or something and just go dancing and like quite go in on him quite passionately to forget everything and to get loose and maybe not pleasure anymore but just moment and touch and feed of him a bit during that if possible, but not necessarily.
Would you like to feed off him?
Yes.
Do your feeding roll for me, please. I mean,
Because
I
that
assume...
is pleasure for me.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a he either. It can be a woman, but...
It can be a woman, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gender not specified.
I don't know. I imagine some like semi-drunk guy outside the club, as they do.
You'd be surprised in Oxford.
Yeah. Can be a woman too. I don't mind either way.
Yeah.
So that's charisma and subterfuge.
That sounds right. Siren.
Yeah. Yeah. Do I get for stunning stuff as well?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's 6 successes.
Damn.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. That you better believe that that's a success. 2 or 3. 2, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't need more than that.
Elfriede stalks the early night and is able to find an easily enchanted victim, ending up going back to that person's place, drawing the curtains, and is able to feed upon them, convincing them to let her stay through the day with the curtains drawn. So Elfriede is safe, and he may slake 2 hunger. Anyone else want to go out seducing?
No, I've got a new
Well,
pet.
No, Lucy was not going to go do that.
Okay.
Lucy will do one thing.
Yes.
Seeing Lantry, seeing Alfred leave and seeing Lantry, she'll slowly move her finger up the arm of the once very static Malkavian that she happily tentacle, thrusted down her throat. And she'll just gently lean in and go, "Maybe you should have talked to me." And then she'll slowly stand up, and in perfect Italian, she'll do last rites. Something she's seen more times than not in her life. But she'll do it in Italian for Lantry. Just to kind of give Lantry that closing that one needs after one has successfully killed somebody. And she'll walk over to Lantry, and if he allows it, she'll put her hand on his shoulder and go, "It's time to rest. You need to get up."
And Lantra will actually reach up and pat her hand in gratitude and then stand up.
Come on. It was an accident. You didn't know. And you know what? You're stronger for it now, aren't you? You hit him right in the
I don't
mark.
know what I am right now.
Well, you're Tremere. Your name is Lancery. And you have a very unique, quirky personality.
Lantre is going to smile, but his emotions that have been fluctuating a bit throughout the night have returned to absolute level. He's completely apathetic again. Thank you, dear Lucy.
Get to bed. You're gonna need to rest.
Indeed, the following night.
And then Lucy's just gonna go back into her room, surf on the internet for a bit more, and go to sleep. She will actually track 100 Street, do some camera civilly, because I can't say civilization because surveillance because words. She'll do some camera surveillance, see if she can spot this Carmine, and try and get a one up on things for when they go to try and find this person.
Lovely jubbly. Okay. Well, we shall call it in here then.
Right.
Thank you all for coming and playing. Thank you all for coming and watching. Patricia, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
Yes, hi, I am Astrid Dean. You can find me on Twitter, diviner_Astrid. Excuse me. I'm an affiliate for Level Up Dice. I'll be circulating that affiliate link. They got a lot of really awesome products coming out right now. The holiday season. If you even window shop or purchase, especially helps. That will open up some opportunities for me to do some other streams and also hold some giveaways for the community of Level Up Dice merchandise. If you're into textual roleplay with an opportunity for private voice games that kind of help to perpetuate the story, you can find me on Discord, Cajun Nights. We have conversions for werewolf, changeling, and mage, so that they are kind of level with V5. I am the storyteller that takes care of all things Bahari. My Etsy, there's 3 days left on my current sale, and then after that I'll be getting the huge blowout final holiday bit rolling out, and that is on Etsy under Wares of Astrid.
Very nice. Lucy, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
I don't know. Who am I? I'm Judy Vanish. I actually find me on Twitter and on Twitch. I am a mod over on Cajun Nights where I take care of Werewolf. And I do things on the RPG table on Saturdays and Sundays where I run Chicago by Night.
Wonderful. Elfriede, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Tell us about Wise Women again.
Yes, I will. I am now apparently a game creator. Because I made the game. So yes, my game Wise Women came out today. You can find it on itch.io, and it will be coming to Drive-Thru RPG in the next few days. It is a game about playing witches in a small remote village, using plant magic to try to protect the community from supernatural threats, or not, or try to mess with the neighbors, because magic is prohibited and you are always on a margin as a witch and you have to hide who you are. So yes, that is available. And I am also a storyteller for the Lamias, where I run Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, set in Warsaw, Poland, just after Second World War, where the whole city is in ruins. And the next episode is on Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. GMT.
Exciting. Violet, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
Hi, Doug Scarlett. You can find me on. Hi. Well, my fangs fell out. You can find me on Check These Out, on Twitch and YouTube and podcast. We play D&D, and mostly Mondays and Tuesdays. And we have some VTM content coming very soon, and it's in development, and I'm very excited.
I believe you've got, check these out, have some, a Star Wars one-shot coming up as well?
Yes. There's lots of one-shots that keep popping up, or four-parters. Just have to, mostly on Tuesdays. If you want something a little bit different, Tuesdays, or our main
Nice.
game on Monday.
Lantre, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
I play Lantre here, and sometimes I get to play Aldo with all these awesome people. Thank you for allowing me to guest shift. Thanks for watching, everyone. And yeah, you can find me here.
Wonderful. And of course, a big thank you to Mo. Mo, where'd you go? Mo,
What? What did I do now?
thank you for coming and
calling
being
you
here.
out.
Do you have any things that you wish to plug?
I'm just your friendly neighborhood Malkavian.
You were.
Yeah.
Hey, I am one with the network.
This is
Fair.
true.
That's fair. So thank you, Mo. Drink some rum in appreciation of Mo if you can or want to. But of course, we can't go until Patricia says the line because she's middle drink.
Y'all have a good night now, you hear?
Go raiding on Bartlett Games.